Nice.
Yeah, I mean, stepped in to the office late today. I was like just in time for the reversion on Moderna, perfect. Timed it pretty well, didn't risk appropriately, but that 156, 155 has been the top, sorry, the 160 test. Apparently there was a seller there as well. Wasn't here for that, but that's been coming in quite nicely on Moderna. So hopefully you guys stay engaged with that one. If you have been trading it, I got to do a little bit better with doing that as well. Apple not continuation. Well, bigger picture, maybe continuation, but a bit of a reversion here off of prior days selling. So yes, technically bigger picture continuation, intraday reversion here on Apple happening as well. What else did I trade? I think I took some shots at SpaceX as well, but don't really remember what I did here. Let's take a quick look. Yeah, it took a couple shots at this 136, just got chopped up. Red on this one, but relatively flat. Kept it kind of tight. So those are my trades today. Nothing too crazy. Apple's just a B trade. Moderna, I would say maybe closer to like a B plus on some of those scalps are definitely B plus scalps. Yeah, that's just for me though. That's my quick trade review and stuff. So yeah, hopefully you guys have a solid weekend.
Yes, sir.
We'll be right here.
Oh.
Next week.
What time?
11 o'clock.
Oh.
But you got Sean and Neil, the big boys, at the big desk. Take it easy and have a good weekend, guys.
Have a good one, everyone.
Okay, thank you, boys, for the introduction.
We're here.
I'd have you know that these desks are actually identical. They're identical in pretty much every single way. The same amount of cameras, same size. The chairs.
There's more talent on that side.
Yeah, exactly. There's more hair on that side too.
Right.
Oh, okay.
There's a stamp underneath. Obi's just...
He's just having some fun.
He's having some fun.
You know what? The market shows you something new every single day. And I don't know if this got mentioned on the midday show, but I don't think I have ever seen a more impressive catalyst for a small cap stock. I'm going to read it out to you. No, Obi, you have never heard of a catalyst this good. The stock AI is up 53%. 53% on 9 million shares of volume. The catalyst today is AI holding shares are trading higher after a Form 4 filing showed that its director, bought 905 shares at an average price of $5.31. 905 shares. It's done 9 million shares today.
So why don't we short it?
That's the headline. Well, I just paid for locates and it's breaking VWAP right now, so I'm going to take a shot at the reversion on this underneath the volume weighted average price.
It seems
I'm sorry, to take your face off the screen, Neil, but I'm genuinely curious. How do you compare this catalyst to the Allbirds thing?
Which one?
This catalyst versus the whole Allbird, Newbird.
Okay, but like a shoe company trying to convert into like an AI play, like they actually raised a significant amount of money to attempt to do this, like a real amount, like millions of dollars to try to make this conversion. If the only story is some dude, like it doesn't even name who the director is. You have to click it and read the filing to even see who this person is. 905 shares of a $5 stock? What are we talking about here? That's ridiculous. And it's not even some Chinese ADR. It's an American company. Not that matters, and it shouldn't matter, but
there's that PDT rule kicking in. People looking to make some money on a
it's so ridiculous.
A slow Friday. I mean, it's been pretty. I mean, look at the market.
There are things
here. I mean, the morning had a little bit of a move, and then a retracement right back into the high of the day again. That was double touched, and now it's kind of just hovering around VWAP. Like, I just tried SpaceX long there. Didn't. Oh, here it is, right here. Did not work. SpaceX long, yeah. So we were covering a short there. Went long right into here. Dropped it once it broke 50. It goes all the way down into O's, and now it's right back at 50 again. So, yeah, just trying to like. They have that saying, you can't get blood from a stone, but at the end of the day, just trying to, these are a couple shorts. That one didn't, remember we were just slightly down on SpaceX, and then right here, we took a little bit of a shot at the long, thinking that we were above and looking to break higher, using this 135.50 right here as basically our zone of support. That just didn't really work out. Now I'm thinking about short, but am I just throwing money around here for no reason? I mean, that's the big thing that you have to figure out. Yeah, you might be right there, Dan Wheelert. Marvell looked like that was a great call right off the open. we were looking at this early on, and it was up, I don't know, maybe 1%, something like that. Maybe not even on the close there yesterday. 250 in the pre-market, 254 and change, and then it just whack. Like, how to know that that's going to happen off the open? I don't. But that went from 254 all the way down to 245. Like, that's, is that right? Yeah, 253, let's say. And that was in 7 minutes. It went down $8. So yeah, pretty violent move there with Captain Marvel there. So yeah, not a great one on that one. But Neil has something to tell everybody.
Well, what I can tell you, there's some marvelous updates coming from Origenics. That's ticker OGEN on the NYSE American. The company has activated its phase 2A clinical trial in Australia with its first site fully operational and patient dosing expected next. They're developing ONP-002, an intranasal treatment that targets concussion and mild traumatic brain injury, an area where there's currently no FDA-approved therapies. Alongside this, Origenics spent the past year strengthening their balance sheet, raising capital, resolving liabilities, and restoring exchange compliance. The focus now shifts to execution, with clinical progress underway and additional CNS assets under evaluation. Shout out to Origenics and the fly that is just asked. This fly is asking.
I did kill a fly.
You see it? We both. So Sean and I have done our part. Sean killed one. I killed one. I don't know if Joe got one yet, Joe? Joe got one this morning, and there's another one that's asking for it.
Yeah, that's why we didn't get any fly traps, because we've been told that we got to, that's not in the budget. We got to use our abilities here. We're not making enough money on the trades over here. So we'll put
Where'd that sucker?
We're not.
Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna put on a trade right here, try to buy some fly traps. 135. We're gonna try to go short now on SpaceX. I've been thinking short all day on this one. It really hasn't been working out. I mean, it did have a move. The big play off the open was short for everything. We did have the Qs. We tried some Intel love as well back and forth there early on. That was long early, short late, and then just basically flattened it out right here. Okay, that was almost breaking 135. I was going to say one fly trap almost paid for if we break through 135. But for right now, we're going to see if we can get a little retracement to VWAP and be happy if that is the case. And I think, using the 200 period moving average didn't really mean a whole heck of a lot. It broke there. And then we kind of broke it downside. So I'm going to try to use something like 135 up here, maybe a 136. That's 136.10. By the time it gets up there, it'll probably be 136. So let's just go short, see if we can average in around here. I like the 25 period going downside. Let's just see if SpaceX has any love left in it there today. Maybe we do retrace just a little bit back to the downside. Also the NASDAQ maybe breaking VWAP here could be a thing. The question you have to ask yourself is there really enough juice in all of this to create a downside move that's worth it, that's worth sort of sitting here and putting, good money to work. You don't want to throw away everything. Moderna just sat down too late. I heard Obi and Joe talking about this trade, and I kind of liked to go short around that 150, trying to maybe give it to 151. I thought like $1 was well worth it, and it turns out to have been right, but we don't have it. I just missed. I didn't get back literally till 1 o'clock, and it was right there, like at VWAP, and I could have done it, but then by the time we sat down and figured it all out, it was already down here. And actually here I can show. I canceled my offer. I canceled on Moderna was 148.95, so I just had missed it. Like I was looking to get it into here and then dropped back. But anyways, that's going on with Moderna. Good day today for them, up 7%. They may be leading the way.
Well, I don't know how much longer they'll be leading the way. The way it's falling right now.
But still up 7%.
Yeah. I said this morning there was a decent chance that if you got to...
Robinhood's up 14%.
Well, the fintech names have moved more than Bitcoin, and ETH has moved more than Bitcoin. I did say this morning, if Bitcoin ends up being weaker than ETH, then when the turn came, instead of going long in IBIT, we're just going to move over to Ethereum. ETHA. It's not Ethereum. But even this, we've hit a top, and it looks like we have a chance to break down the trend. I might look for a reload at VWAP if it comes back in here. But worth mentioning, if you go back, if you look at where we're at in the daily chart, you are at the resistance level from April. Like this April 20th high is right in here. And we're just sort of topping out into it. So I do believe there's a chance that we break this trend. And if we do, I'm out, and then we'll look for the volume weighted average price. Obviously, crypto's been a place where there's been some relative strength. I think it's a spot that we can look for a dip buy a little bit later on. But I'm looking for new opportunities. At the AI, it's an easy one. AI. I'm like, what's the name of that stock again?
AI. That's what you asked me initially. He said, guess the catalyst on this. And I said, name change, like symbol change.
That would have
it was a double AI.
Yeah.
So I was like, is it either Allen Iverson's new business or somebody that switched it over into an AI company? And I immediately thought of that example that Adara gave. Allbirds or Long Island Iced Tea that switched over to blockchain. Long Island blockchain company or something back in the day.
That was a good one.
Bitcoin was going nuts.
Yeah, I like this. It's losing the volume weighted average price. The catalyst is completely absurd, but you know what? Like as much as, look, I'm obviously joking around when I say that catalyst. Like it's a company with a float of 54 million. It's not a big one, and you don't need much for small cappers to go. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else. No, there was some insider buying yesterday too. Like, oh, okay, well, this is great. Apparently, yesterday, this same director bought 5,000 shares, if it makes you feel any better.
Oh,
but,
see, Neil, come on.
Yeah, so he bought 5,000 yesterday. The CEO bought 1,000 shares yesterday.
Oh, a different guy. Oh, so it's a lot of
there's more. Yeah, there's some positivity there. But if this topping tail closes under VWAP,
I'm should have had a bet on how many cookies Neil will have.
Sure.
The top one, yeah, there we go.
You need to get a napkin. Why are they so cold?
I put them in the fridge.
Why would you put the? Okay, no, it's fine. He put the cookies in the fridge. You don't refrigerate.
Joseph.
Why would you refrigerate cookies? But they're day one. Like there's not even.
I've never heard.
And I would never refrigerate a cookie.
Nothing wrong with doing that. I don't know. I've never heard of it before.
Yeah, but now it's like.
It depends. He means he put his whole lunch in there, I think.
These are rock hard.
And it came with like a little boat of tortilla and salsa.
I'm gonna chip a tooth eating that. I'll just leave it for like an hour. I'll come back at like 3 o'clock. I don't understand why you would put that.
The lunch was good.
I just don't know.
The wraps were.
They were nice cookies.
The wraps were like an 8 or 9 out of 10, like because you can't really do too much.
Yeah.
Maybe if you didn't prefer the sauce, maybe.
You can't complain.
But the quality of the.
There's no complaining about the lunch today. No, none. I don't want to hear any of it. That was so good. Cookies are best fresh. I could get a coffee, but I don't drink coffee in the afternoon.
Oh, I rolled through the iced coffee because of Joe.
It's not my thing.
Joe's on the iced coffee tip, so am I now.
Oh shoot.
I just do whatever Joe does.
Okay. Yes.
Joe. I'm running on Lakeshore tarps off, just doing all these times. Whatever Joe does, I'm doing.
Oh, Gamecraft.
I'm gonna get a new dog, everything.
Gamecraft, yes. My daughter changed her mind about the last time me getting the hair.
Yeah, see? Remember I said...
Oh, that was so good?
Yeah, I was saying when we left on the morning, I was saying that the coleslaw is always well done.
Yeah, that's a good slaw.
That's the jerk chicken coleslaw. It's the same one they always give.
Oh, I love that. That's a coleslaw. What's one of my favorites? Simple. Nothing really added to it. You could throw some carrots in there if you wanted. My mom's used to throw raisins in. My brother hated that.
Raisins into coleslaw?
Yeah.
I've had that before.
I don't know how common it is. I always thought it was uncommon because some people would say, "What, raisins and coleslaw?" No, it's good. I love it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, my daughter's at. Thank you so much, there, Sean. Good luck to family on a busy sports weekend. We actually don't have this weekend is not too busy for us. My daughter's is gone 3 to 4 weeks right now, so nothing we can do. She went to the fracture clinic today, and that's what.
What's the update?
She can skate. Nothing. Just 3 to 4 weeks. She does have.
You just gotta keep it.
Broken thumb.
Yeah.
It's just keep positive and what do they say? Chive on. What was the?
Keep calm and chive on.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Yeah, but the thing is, that was like a website. That's probably dead by now.
That's like that one. That's like what Bending Spoons does. They find little things. Let me see what's Bending Spoons doing. Bending Spoons finds old sort of apps and whatnot and reinvents them and takes some of that. Ooh, this was a name that we had missed. What was up with?
What happened to them?
Yeah, Darren. Maybe no. This is not yesterday.
Oh no, that's not.
BSP Bending
that's
Spoons must have been earnings on August 13th. Because we were like really liking this name. We were like, oh my god, we missed it. Yeah, no other news since. Okay, I'm not hearing a deer in my ear, so I got to adjust. Maybe I'm not logged in over here.
Here I am. I was
there you
telling
are.
you.
Oh, you're telling us.
I didn't want to pop up just to be like nothing, but there's also nothing.
Okay. I just wasn't sure
You
because
can pop in to say whatever you wanted there.
I wasn't sure if.
Yeah.
It's
all good. It's Friday.
That's why we have this button too.
Thank you
True.
very much,
You know we can't forget.
Always thank you, Adara.
I'm not trying. This is not to put any pressure on anybody, but
But you love AAII or whatever?
This is more important. It's
more.
Friday. We have exactly 1 week. 1 week now, or 1 week and maybe 15 minutes or whatever it's going to end up being. Fabian is cutting off 28 inches of his hair. It's going to charity, Angel Hair for Kids. We have raised 93%. Okay, that's 92, not 93. 4,600. Goal is 5,000 here. And I want to thank Mark, Anon, Chris Snorlax, Deborah, Kenneth, and lots of others. And we really want to thank you for your donations. It's going all to charity, everybody. It's going directly to the charity. The link is supposed to be, it's not pinned in the chat. It should be in the description. I don't see a pin in the chat. We'll figure that one out. But hey, it's a fantastic cause. We're cutting the hair live on air. It's going straight. It's going to go to wigs for kids who are going through chemotherapy, which, I mean, come on. Could you literally ask for a better cause? I don't think you could. It's fantastic. We're thankful that Fabian is going to be doing this, and we're thankful to everyone that has contributed so far. So we really appreciate you. I did get into the AI, whatever thingy. So the director might be buying shares, but I'm not. There's a topping tail candle. Grab some 7s. Got some 80s out, like 86, and we're gonna look at 660. I don't know, like between 6 and 620. The thing is, this didn't like halt down or anything. It was a pretty orderly down move. The ones that halt down, if it halts down and holds VWAP, I'm thinking, okay, massive extension. The ones that go slowly, I'll think more of a scalp move than anything else, because this is not dead yet. And we usually do this, go to the daily chart. It did reject some sort of bag hold levels, but this isn't some, like, it's been trading forever, kind of down for years and years kind of deal. This hasn't been around that long. So there's still a chance that it has made a bit of a floor for us. So I don't want to get too frisky thinking it's an all the way retracement. But we're in this one. I mean, ETH is sliding higher. It's not breaking trend. It's not breaking high. Probably would require the market to break down to get out of this and break the trend line. But for now, we'll sit in it. Bitcoin's not doing much of anything. Let us know what's moving, what you guys might be watching.
Yeah, exactly. That betting squeeze is interesting. I'm trying to trade it light because it's like we're just trying to wait to see if there's any moves going to be incoming here. We do have our ear to the ground in case there's any sort of news that pops through. We can look at raw stores, some of the earnings reports that maybe came through. We can have a double look and move stocks that are moving around. AIFU, nope. MFI, nope. These are all scanning stocks that. JUNS. Oh, wow. That halted for a while and then opened back. That was like a half-hour halt right there.
What the heck? That would have been
JUNS. So it's a good thing that we jumped out of this one. Yeah, what the hell?
That's like the greatest short ever.
Right there. So that one started to break down there, JUNS. We took the shot early, thought it was going to be something there. And it's actually my lowest amount. It's my least losing stock today. And it just goes upside and then downside there and breaks and now nothing. So I think these small cap names really have to have a busy market, I feel like. Like if everyone's looking at it, it just becomes dead. So that's 50 million shares there on that one. FOSS, yeah, so what I'm going through is we have like a little Halts scanner right here. So there's AIFU. This is nothing, that's gonna be a warrant. So I was just sort of going down the list and I don't really see SUGP. Ooh, this one, see, so sometimes you find something that's actually doing volume. So there was similar. Right, started off the day, looks like it was pretty good there. That was yesterday, actually, with a move higher into the close, and then it only halted maybe 3 times, 1, 2, 3 times there, and downside there for SUGP. So, this could be a name. Looks like it's barcoding around $1.50 right now. Potential something there. NASDAQ just doing this, by the way. Is that the metals company? TMC. Okay, we got our last little average in here on SpaceX. Just trying to give it to, like we said, the 200 period moving average. If it breaks 136, then we can get out. But I feel silly just sitting in these things, like not trying to put too much risk into any of this. But SpaceX trying to make new moves here. I'm laughing because like it bounces off 135. It like does nothing at 136. So I'm trying to short it here. SpaceX. We'll see what happens at the end of the day. Thought there could have been some more negativity about it. Good move to the downside. I initially wrote down 134 as a long on here. So I guess we could have waited for it to take 134 again, and that might have been something right there. But, for now, I think we'll just sit in here until eventually we get stopped out, I guess, at 136 and change on the upside. So Yeah, that's what we're doing right now, is just waiting around, watching, having a good time. There's the metals company. Right
Yeah, Bing
Bong.
Bang Billy. We're gonna go to from the window to the wall in a quick little segment. As I think
Bing
many
bong.
of you just saw, but thank you for the super chat. Ooh, that's Canadian. We got to do this. It's Canadian dollars, right? I mean, the dollar's at a discount. We gotta shout it out and do what we can. Thoughts on the metals company? Ooh, this is obviously today is really nice, but you know what? A lot of these have been. Look, it's been bad. It's been bad. It's been a rough go. It's been pretty nasty, but you're starting to turn the corner. The first step is always getting back above the 50-period moving average. The second step is attempting to break out levels above the 50-period, which is what it's trying to do today. But I'll always say this, if you're looking at something on a daily chart, then it hasn't actually held this breakout until it closes above $4.75. What do you think it's chilling out at? See where it pulls back to? That 475 zone. So its indecision right now is at that key price level on the daily chart. So if it does not hold this, then it's not as bullish as I would think overall. And it's stopped moving. Like, look at the volume die down. I don't know how much of a trade this would be in the afternoon, but this is the key level. If it can break up from here and hold higher, that's bullish going into next week, and then vice versa. We are always bullish on Adara's segments from the window to the wall.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Neil. It's time to get into today's segment of To the Window, to the Wall, where I pull up an infographic window and we talk about it on the wall. This one's very timely. In fact, it's actually literally about time as well, which is kind of fun. So this visual breaks down the SpaceX tranches. Now, instead of, most companies, they have the IPO and then 180 days later, the insider shares unlock and those can then be traded or sold or etc. Instead, we have 16 timed releases. I have to thank a Reuters report, which broke all of this down for me. So this is in millions of shares. So I do want to address, just by starting off here, there are two categories of releases, which I just kind of made to make it a little bit easier on the eyes. The first are timed releases, so X number of days after the IPO. That goes up until 180 days after the IPO, the December 8th, 2026 release. Then you start getting these kind of randomly timed releases until this one, which is, of course, 366 days after the IPO. I mean, it's technically a full year, but they're calling it 366 days, so that's what I'm going with. There's actually two releases on this day. One of them is the final insider share tranche, and then you have the Musk tranche, which is 6.4 billion shares. Now let's get into the second tier of these types of releases. Those are the earnings-related releases. So we already saw this on August 8th, 2 days after the earnings, August 6th. 2 days after the earnings release, you get a whole bunch of shares released. We're going to also get that for Q3 26, Q4 26, Q1 27, and Q2 27. So in total, that's 11 timed releases and 5 earnings-related releases. So 1/8 of these releases are more than 1 billion shares. So this could be pretty massive. We'll have to wait and see how it all shakes out, but you can find this infographic, as always, on X at TTV Research. I have more stuff coming next week and over the weekend for NVDA, of course, ahead of its earnings release, but stay tuned for those. In the meantime, we're going to send you back over to Sean and Neil. I'll see you this time at the wall on Monday. Back to you.
Yeah, see, thanks, Adara. Like, that's one of the reasons to, if you're thinking of investing there, like, why you might want to wait a little bit. Because, like, there's some big tranches that are coming there'll be 3 big ones done when you get to the end of this year.
You just got to wonder what the price is going to be by the time it gets.
That's the tricky part.
Because, what if you don't buy now because you're waiting for those to come to market, and then the next thing you know, it's at 180. How much does those releases? Maybe does it drop it to 165?
That's what got me into a piece already. But
then you're just kind of like, okay, what's going on?
And does Musk want to combine the companies before that big one next year?
It was 319, then 319, the big one to Q3 26. We got to find out what that date is. That was 1,200 there, and I guess that was millions of shares.
It's a little big.
So, 120 million shares or something. So, watch out for that one coming through very, very soon on SpaceX. I'm short right now as if one of those tranches is happening in the next 10 minutes. But we're just going to give it a go. The market, again, not really doing a whole heck of a lot. Walmart on day 2 could be something. It's, good little level there. I mean, there's a lot of stock that sort of bounced around that 10 o'clock marker where he finally found a little bottom, and it's starting to inch its way higher. Here is Walmart. I think could be something there. This is breaking 103.25 there again. So, maybe some upside happening there in Walmart off of these kind of breaks. Right now it's a double top. We'll see if it does want to retrace back down in. Yesterday at this time, I was thinking about short, and I think I was short something, and it was like, oh, we don't want to short the market in a slow market. We don't want to short the NASDAQ in a slow day market, but it seems like right now I'm short SpaceX, and that just wants to go higher there. I don't know if they just saw Darrow's report there and weren't too scared about the tranches or not, but it goes up to 136 and change. We got to watch out for this level to break, 136.20 or so. Then we can, get out of that one and then just say, hey, you know what, man? We tried the short here, it didn't work. We're trying the short again, it might not work again. So yeah, definitely giving some back here today on SpaceX. It just doesn't seem to be wanting to, work properly the way I want it to, which doesn't mean anything. What do you guys want to trade? Do we have the visualizer? Maybe we can
USDE.
have a look there. Neil, short that AI. We went and had to pay for those shorts. I don't think they're probably not too expensive.
No, they're insane.
There's the big one today. Is Robinhood is up 109, 108.60 there for Robinhood. Tesla's been having themselves a day, man. I mean, someone had messaged me earlier about Tesla. I couldn't find, there was a tweet that we were going back and forth on, but talking about the 350 break, getting that into 365. So that's actually been pretty true to what's been happening. Oh yeah, there's that S dot.
Moderna. S dot was.
Look at S dot.
Look, that was a runner this morning.
Yeah, because June's is on there.
Yeah, these were ones that came and they went, they had their fun. But this S dot's another example of one that dies. Like I think what's happening in S dot is actually similar to AII. Like it loses the bid as a runner, but it looks like it's more of like a slow, choppy grind down as opposed to. Like it loses VWAP and then just dies. So I'm feeling like if this is the way, this is how AII looks like it's trading. So I think it's more of a look for a place to reload under VWAP and think that it's not going to close the entirety of the gap. The other one, we already went over that other small cap, but Tesla, that's like Tesla, Moderna's still heading to the downside. Oh man, that VWAP trade right there at 1 o'clock. That's the thing about the walk in the middle of the day. Like if you're,
wow. There's lots of different.
Well, who the heck knows?
Who
the heck knows? Like it could have been at VWAP it could have done this an hour before or an hour after. What difference does it make? But
it's
looks
coming
like it's
into a level where you can buy it though.
Well, the breakout at the morning was at 135-ish, and that was the resistance in the afternoon. So it is getting pretty close to some levels in there. Someone tell Intel to hit 89.89 says no way. Why do we want Intel to hit 89.99? Oh, you just wanted to break 90 by 1 cent? Okay, well,
Intel?
Maybe.
Oh, I was already on that one
a couple
today.
of points. But why 89.99?
Is that the low of the day? No, I've already traded this thing here through 89. I've already traded Intel today, back and forth there. Just obviously.
Oh, good point from Blinky Spears. It is the third Friday, like it is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the third Friday in the month, so you can get a little bit of
options,
extra nonsense. Open and close. They tend to be sometimes a little bit trickier. You saw some wild reversals on the imbalances in the morning, like they came out one way and then flipped around. You could see some nonsense like that at the close, but it's still kind of early for that. 90 minutes to go. On the Rail says everything's funny when you are making big money.
And it rhymes.
I like that's a good rhyme.
Funny money.
Funny money.
Yeah, no, it is kind of a. It is true though. People are in better moods.
Put this through a window
when you can make. Yeah, you're not happy with Joe's cold cookies over.
No, I'm gonna try to put them. You know what? I'm gonna get a tea at some point. I'm gonna put them in the microwave because that's the only way that.
That's probably that's what I was
they're gonna
saying.
be
probably the only way to brighten
it.
your day.
It is a fail.
Up with.
It is a fail.
It is a fail.
Yeah, so OPEX Day today couldn't cause that stuff.
Oh gosh. There's Joe. Yo, what's going on, Joe? Did you like the wrap there, Joe, or?
Oh, of course.
There you go, 2 thumbs up. Yeah, that was a good wrap. We definitely like that wrap.
It's delish.
Today. I don't know, the NASDAQ, the TQs, the NASDAQ, everything's right at VWAP right now. So it kind of hovered around here a little bit earlier on VWAP. We took it right off the open. It never saw VWAP. It just kept on following it all the way down. And then we finally looked at it a little bit here. And then we broke above the 200 period. We got out. Now for the first time, maybe this afternoon, you are taking down VWAP again. So this could be, if you're looking to do something, I'm going to put on, do we really, I don't know, am I going to do this again? Do we really want to short this in this, like I said, probably better up here, but now you finally broke VWAP. So maybe there is something there, like a trade with a tight stop could easily get wicked out, but maybe there's something, if this market does want to retrace, you can get something on the TQQs. So potential short, and then I hear this sort of news story comes in. Okay, that's just Microsoft. affirms its AAA rating. I mean, I would hope so. If Microsoft's not going to be AAA rated, then I'm not sure anybody really deserves it. I mean, Microsoft's strong balance sheet, business is moving as well. One of the Mag 7s really has produced quite well off earnings right there as we skyrocketed through on better Copilot adoption and whatnot. But they're still wrapped up with OpenAI, so there's something about that with OpenAI coming public probably next year, it looks like at this point. Anthropic will beat them to it, which is never a great sign that's wind up happening. But all right, we'll go over to Sia, and then we'll come back and we'll see if there's something else you guys want to talk about.
Currently, the SPY is up 0.35%. The triple Qs are up 0.26 to be very precise, and the Dow is up close to 8%. Let's take a look at a couple of things here. So I wanted to save this for the crypto segment, but this is what's happening now. So let's just take a look at it. Stocks tied to Bitcoin and broader crypto space are now headed for their big weekly gains that's boosted by a surge in Bitcoin, where we've been witnessing. Now you have BTC USD that currently is up 6% on the day, but names and companies related to crypto are up as well. Strategy is up 7%. Coinbase is up 8%. Mara is up 1.3%. You have Circle up 4.5%. Also, Robinhood up 14% and is on pace for its biggest weekly advance since the 2nd of July and best day it's had since 2025 of September. Now, also on the other hand, let's take a look at MRNA, that's Moderna, pacing for its best week on record after its rally of more than 150% on Wednesday. And Klarna on pace for its worst week with a side of more than 30%.
Yeah, we like that Moderna trade today as well. So that was going to be a good one there. Thank you, Sia, for bringing that one up. And we talked about that with Obi pretty much during the. I've just taken. I'm going to try just underneath VWAP right now. Give it basically to our 25 period moving average there of 71.05, just breaking right there. Let's see if we may have something right and just fall down here the rest of the day. We started the day off thinking that was going to be a pretty slow day overall, but the pre-market really kept us going down. We got a little bit of an early bump and thought, okay, are we just going to make it all back? And then we just kind of gave it up, led by, we saw Marvell go to the downside, ARM, some different names like that, some different DRAM spaces as well. We made it all the way back up, and then we sort of just been, just slowly trying to get lower highs. Now, of course, when I'm getting involved now is when we probably start to run some of these highs, but we're going to go short, try to get it. We're close enough to view up right now. I'm fine with where we are on that right now. So we'll watch it. If we get something else exactly at view up, then we can double down on this trade. But for right now, giving it a go. Let's see if we can, let's see if the NASDAQ wants to retrace just a bit back into the downside. It's going to have to be led by the bigger names. We already looked at Microsoft, Apple. With the NASDAQ being up, Apple has started its tumble back down to the downside as well right now. So hopefully that will help with the market coming back. But yeah, there's really nothing
NVIDIA
for me right now. Is NVIDIA falling also? Yeah, so again, we'll have to wait.
There's also USDE seems like,
USD.
So Stablecoin X Inc. This is actually moving up 100 points, double top right now, good accumulation. Volume's actually increasing on this. And believe it or not, it's even got the U-shaped breakout on the daily. So there's something definitely here with USDE that could be to the upside. So that prior high is at 760. But every time it's broken 760, you see the fail at $8. So if it does that again, maybe it's a fail the 820, pull back, and so long as it holds the half dollar, if it goes all the way, probably stay away. But if it holds the $half on the dip, then try it on through. 'Cause it's feeling like it wants to fail, just looking at it here, feeling like it wants to fail. But there's at least something that's running. ETH and Bitcoin are doing not a heck of a lot. MRNA just started to go sideways. Big Neck, there is that the leak and take two. Why is this so bearish? I'm not a gamer, but what makes the leak bearish here for TTWO? I know the volume's not really that great for a day trader. Less than 1 million shares. Spread's pretty decent on this at most times. And it's not doing a heck of a lot, but there's been so many that think it's a sell, and rightfully so. It's been selling off for the last hour or so. on Take-Two. Not a crazy range, but I'm just curious, why do we think the leak is necessarily a bad thing?
I said it to Fabian. I was like,
everybody I know is going to be buying this. Games is going to be buying this game, and they're so ridiculously loyal to it that they'll wait forever.
Yeah, the games. I think the game's gonna come out like $100, like $109.99.
Yeah, there's going to be ridiculous sales for it.
Anyways, yeah, it's gonna be expensive, but yeah, I like Take-Two. I like the stock, and I think we should have bought it a lot earlier than now. So, a lot of it is. So I think when you're looking at different things, you got to think about like buying the rumor, selling the news type of thing. So, it's coming out November of 26. I don't know the exact date. I mean, it's probably out there somewhere. And sure, there was a version that was leaked, but I mean, most people will wait for the official call out. To buy it on these dips is when you want to do it. Like, it was already down to 190, then down to 210 again. So will there be something else that comes out? I think if the game gets delayed one more time, which I guess if it's already been leaked, there must be some copies out there. So I don't think it's going to get delayed at all. But if something were to happen, then yeah, the 200 period on Take-Two.
I'm just always like, what kind of dollars are we talking about lost in sales? Or what? Maybe like a percentage. If expected sales were X amount of copies, what percentage can we reasonably think? I don't know. I'm not into gaming. What percentage do we think people will not buy it because of that? Like my gut tells me, the hardcore are probably still all over it, but I don't know. So you guys tell us if you have an opinion on it. It's not really moving a heck of a lot, anyways. Yeah, and even Joe's just saying right here, and I think Fabian even said the same thing. It's still going to be the most sold game of all time. The expected sales are $3 billion USD.
But it costs billions to make. I mean, they're
of course, yeah. It's been around they've been waiting for this for so long. The anticipation is so big. Like, it's crazy how big the anticipation is.
Yeah. It's going to be a big one. And then I don't know if they have in-game purchases or what is going on. All right, Roblox. I mean, you're talking about some video games. Let's go see what's going on with the Roblox. Roblox has been hit, obviously, as of recently. There's a lot of controversy around online gaming, especially with the Roblox. The parental locks and all this kind of stuff that keeps on going on with Roblox. They've definitely been. I mean, to take a line from our good friend Brian, these guys are definitely in the penalty box. Just been hit to the downside like violently. Back in January, this name. At basically the beginning, I mean, we're cherry picking, but in January, this was $85, down to $35 low, now up to $38. You got to wait. There could be a gap fill back into $41 right there, but that's something interesting here for Roblox to have a quick look. $41 breaking, but I like the short. Just keep on pushing the short on the downside of Roblox until it eventually gets through some of these levels. I can't recommend buying it. I mean, my kids are all over it, but it doesn't seem to matter right now. They've stopped releasing monthly active users and stuff. So, Roblox continues on its downside tailwind there. Lots of headwinds for the stock as far as, regulatory and just overall sentiment behind the gaming space right now. We've already seen a stock like Meta gotten crushed as of late, just because of all that sort of talk about. There's these, I thought every time I think we're getting the flies, we're just getting more and more of these.
There's
things.
Only a couple left alive.
I mean, I'm not gonna. I thought the SpaceX trade could pay for some fly traps. Right now, it's not. And the TQ's trade. This almost. I mean, right back up here again. Like if I knew it was gonna do this, I would wait for the 200 period moving average. Instead, we just try to leg it in right there. And I don't really want to put anything else on adding to this. Like it's already out 50 cents. Right now, so hopefully this can come back into the downside.
And the irony being,
you mentioned NVIDIA.
No, the irony being, I just trailed out of the ETH. Like if the market's not coming down, well, this is drifting back in.
Yeah.
It broke that prior bar off the high, so I'll be out. And look, it's not moving like crazy. Like it took half the day to go. Like nobody was talking about like ATRs and all that stuff, but if you go bottom to top in the morning, it was 18.2 to 17.8. So it's about a 2% range, right? And like, how long does it take to effectively go 1%? Like it did a 1% move in 2 hours. So how long is it going to take to get this thing back into VWAP to get a bit of a reload and then hope for that 1% move again? Could take a while. So it's not crazy, any of the price action I'm seeing. Outside of that, at USDE, right? Like outside of this thing. So here, remember we're talking about USDE, there's the top, there's the topping tail. Like maybe it can reject and try to hold on to 750, 760, and then another jaunt up. Well, it did the reversal candle, but it's not really dipping here. It's staying very strong here. Yeah, actually, man, if you just bought it up at the top, it's already through 840. Like this is one where maybe you get one halt up. I'm just checking the bands. I have to move my level 2. It's $9 is the actual halt band on this thing to the upside. So it's a ways away. Not likely to be a halt candidate the way it's moving right now. I still want to think about 750 to 760. I don't want to stop. I want to get in and stop out that close to the high. Give it a chance to shake some people out and then look for an entry. And then the I just said ATAI. Like it's not the easiest ticker to remember, and I'm still getting it wrong.
AIAI.
AIAI.
Yeah.
It's because there is an ATAI is an actual stock. It's a bigger company. And anyways, this one is just some small capper. But I'm trying to reload this on a pop into VWAP. It's still slightly trending down. I feel like that could be a slow bleeder all afternoon. And Mendoza, I think a lot of people will be playing NVIDIA earnings next week. This is the last big one. Oh, we did? Yes.
Yeah, why don't we put the super chat up about that? I was going to say it is next Wednesday, August the 26th, and it was from On the Rail. Just saying that he had studied the last 3 times, or 3 days. Just delaying. It's lagging. It's coming up.
I'll have a bite of the cookie while we wait.
Yeah. He says NVIDIA has went up 3 days. There it is. Okay, so AI has been up 3 days before earnings the last 4 times. So I think that's right. Like a lot of people are trying to, All right. We also have the morning watch list. Make sure you do check that out. Boom. You can fill it out right now. Get the link in description. Grab your morning watch list right now, completely free, right into your inbox right now. Yeah, I like it. Get that link. Follow that right there in description. Go get it. That's pretty awesome. That was a great little look there about our new watch list. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe as well as we're going. Lots of stuff to do. But anyways, the study there was 3 days before earnings. It's gone up the 3 days preceding earnings. So I think if that's something that you're gonna do, it's Wednesday. So yeah, today is the day. So I'm
starting going along now then.
Was it went up 3 days? Went up 3 days the last, has went up every day in the last 3 days? Or because right now it's down, right? So this is the 3rd day because we have Monday, Tuesday, and then if you're including Wednesday, I guess it's Wednesday night. So maybe it starts Monday.
Yeah, that was my question, is whether does that start on the Friday? Because they always report on a Wednesday.
I'm guessing it
So the question is, does that start on the Monday or does it start on the Friday? If it starts on the Friday, you're already getting it dipping in. If it's on a Monday, then we can wait around.
Yeah.
I'm sure, although you know what? The thing about waiting for the Monday, there's also that statistic. There was one on Micron, but just in general in the market, how it's always better to buy at closes than it is at opens in a very general sense. Someone did a study and it was like in the last 20 years, like if you had bought Micron at the open and sold at the close, and this is over the last 20 years or something, you'd be down like 99% return. If you had bought the close and sold it at the open, you'd be up at like 10,000%.
It's amazing how much.
The difference, and this is not to say that everyone should rush out and buy the close, but like one thing I've realized is like when I want to, I'm going to buy something, I'm going to buy something today, I like the stock on that day. Oftentimes, I'll now tell myself, just buy it later on in the session.
So that would be the opposite then if you're selling something. You should always sell something off the open?
Well, I mean,
because
it's more that
I'm going to sell Uber at the close because I want to sell it.
It's more that the majority of gains in the market happen overnight. That's the takeaway. It's most of the gains in the market. Look, trading is great. Sometimes you will see things like Moderna do a lot in the intraday, but in a general sense, the majority of gains happen gapping overnight as opposed to intraday. And that's just how it is. So that's true statistically over a long period of time. It's more like a habit forming. That's why you will hear traders almost always say, we care more about close prices than we do open prices. Like if you're looking at a stock on a daily chart, well, I care much more about like finding where the big close prices are. Like if I'm looking at a support level, that kind of a thing. Ooh, AI was just getting me on the bid, and then we just came to right through VWAP. This is why we trade with stops. Look at that. I was just reloaded, just got the 20-cent scalp again, and then right after that fill, it goes on through the volume weighted average price. But you know what?
This maybe one someone came in and bought 500 more shares.
905, Sean.
But 500 more.
Yeah, maybe.
Like doubling, going from 1,000 to 1,500.
It's still the best catalyst.
But
I can't believe that somebody took the time.
Remember, it was
to
multiple.
make that. It was but it's multiple times in our news source that you saw that 905 shares bought as a story. Like who took the time to put that into a release and put that on a headline? But whatever. The stock's up 57% today. Like who am I to judge that catalyst? But I might hop back in. That looks like. That was a real volume spike for a shakeout, but it's right back underneath. If we close under VWAP, it looks something like this, just on bigger volume, and I can just hop right back in, risk what we already are up on it. But oh, what the heck just happened to ETH?
Nothing's happening to Bitcoin.
No. Okay.
I don't know. Like I'm not hearing. I don't hear.
It literally took all day to get from VWAP to the high, like half the afternoon from VWAP to the high, and in 2 candles, it's right back to the volume weighted average price. Is anything happening? No.
Not seeing news, but I'm seeing a lot of social media attention for ETH. I didn't do ETHA, I just looked up ETH, and we're talking like multiple posts per second.
Okay, so something is probably happening. Well, it's a good thing. That's why you have trailing stops.
The market is still underneath here. I averaged in. I mean, we're at 92s now. I took a VWAP. I mean, I'm. Like this is starting to. I don't even have any bids out. Like I do have a bid at 80 at the breaking through here. That's 85s. I'm bidding 81s right now, hoping that we get a little bit of a move down right now. But it's like trading this Nasdaq is like watching paint dry, and it's drying up against me here. And same with this SpaceX. It's like nothing's really going on. Just getting frustrated right now watching this market. We got to find something that moves. Let's go over to Adara. Maybe we can trade some Ethereum, or what's the story here?
Yeah, we'll take a look here at AAPL. Apple in focus. Now, the actual numbers of jobs cut, not massive, but I think the context here is important. So they cut jobs in Siri, Vision Pro, 3D video, and gaming teams. This will affect over 200 people. I looked it up. The company has a roughly 166,000 employees. So not a massive number of total employees, but I think the fact that it's within that Siri division that has been so unwatched lately, that's a note. Of course, also Vision Pro, specifically 3D video for Vision Pro, those job cuts also happening. Again, over 200 people total. If I get more of a breakdown of who's getting laid off where, I'll keep you guys posted. In the meantime, we're going to send it over to Sia.
Wouldn't take much of your time, but let's take a look at the IWM that is currently up close to 0.80%. Also, 2 tickers for you right now. HOWL, that is Werewolf Therapeutics, surging over 105.5% right now. Market cap of $43.77 million. This company has signed a stock-for-stock merger with Ambrose Therapeutics, valuing company Ambrose at approximately $500 million and implying Werewolf at $47.5 million. JUNS, that is Jupiter Neurosciences, is up 20.5% as of right now. Market cap of $4.79 million. The company has announced that it has entered into a securities purchase agreement for the purchase and sale of 692 shares of common stock in a registered direct offering here, and the gross proceedings of the offering are approximately $2 million.
Okay.
Thank you, Sia.
We did have Moderna written down here. I'm going to try the long here, just breaking through 140 again. I just like to see if we do. And there's some people in the chat saying, never trust like these names over a weekend, and I can definitely understand, where that's coming from for sure. It's been a pretty violent week, needless to say, for MRNA. And we're just going to have to, we don't have to do anything, but we're going to give it a go here and see if it does want to get back to the upside right now. Understanding that it's not too spready of a ticker right now, but, when it does open up, we will have some Moderna movement, that is for sure. I was gonna, try to average it if it comes back down to 139, and then basically using like 138.50, something like that as our out. And I'm just kind of randomly picking where our outs would be. It's just I don't want it to be. First of all, the keys just got stopped out as the futures are drifting higher, and it looks like SpaceX will get stopped out as well at some of these levels right now. 136.25 for SpaceX. That's right there right now. So don't follow me, man. The last 2 trades I made did not work out. But yeah, just trying to give it a little bit of room here. Thinking that, if there's a retracement back upside, we just got to take out this 50-period moving average. That's 141. Then maybe we climb into the close. Maybe we get something like a 143-ish. So I think it's it's potentially worth it there. Moderna does have a short float. It's only up 5% today. I did like the 140 break early in the morning. Obviously, that had much more momentum than anything we're talking about now. So yeah, watching out for that one to potentially break through 141. There is Moderna, and here comes right now MRNA. So hey man, I don't necessarily just want to be scalping out of this. I do think there's a bigger move happening. But just as I was saying, I didn't even zoom in. We literally just touched that at 141 right there. So I'm going to try to get out of 10%. There it is. If we can get some, we just did at 95s. So we get out of 10% there at 95. And here comes, finally, there it is, man. We make $1, but whatever. We lost just as much on that TQQ short. So, okay, good call out right there on Moderna. I hope some of you guys maybe have that one. So we haven't had success doing too much over here in the last couple of trades. As SpaceX just came out as well. But we're going to take Moderna and see how far this one wants to go. I'm sitting at 48s right now, just ahead of 50. If we get it, that'd be great. And then we can see if Moderna wants to climb to the high side. Look at these futures, as if we short under VWAP, and then this happens right in front of our face. But all right, now we're starting to go. So making a little bit back here on Moderna. And I think I'm just learning a lesson, right? It's like, you're shorting a market that's not really doing anything. Go over to a stock that's actually doing something, like an Ethereum, like an AI, like Hood or Apple and some of those stories. You definitely get a little bit more juice inside of these names. And there it goes right now for MRNA. So, loser on SpaceX and the Qs, but making a little bit back here with Moderna at least.
Yeah, exactly. You go to something that's moving. Actually, I was looking over and I was about to just look short on BMNR, because of my absolute love and respect for BMNR. But here, I'll show you. I was short this earlier, and the funny thing is I had this short, and I put on a reload. I was like, what are we doing? This isn't an upward trend. And that was the moment that I went long on ETH because I really liked it. And I was about to short this under VWAP when I realized, heck, did we even see any? We didn't see any news. This just dropped into the volume weighted average price. So go back to the thing that was bullish and just try to keep it simple. Bottoming tail candle lets me go long at VWAP with the stop under the bottom tail. And if I'm going to lose, then I'm going to lose on a dip buy on a stock in an uptrend, which that works for me. So we'll try to get this, see if it goes back into the high of the day. Oh, for those that traded that USDE, congrats. It did break the high, but it is falling back under that $8 level. So it's already pulled back almost a full $1 from the highs, but it did make the high of the day break. The volume's still very, very good for USDE. I never got in on the way to that high, so I'm going to stay away. It's starting to fall like a rock. Let's go to the desk. Adara, what do you have?
Mini pop and fade here for GeoOGL. SpaceX AI launching its Grok 4.6 model on Google's Cloud Vertex AI. Take a look here at SPCX. Not too much of a move here, just continuing to the upside. But apparently that 4.6 Grok model is now launched on the Google Cloud Vertex AI. Back to you.
All right, well, of course we're in it, so whatever. We're out of SpaceX now. Maybe there's a run. I mean, I think that's good news, right? I mean, on this one. So we can wait to see if we take out that high of 136.50 and try to play that as a break. We don't want to just be too crazy with what we're trying to do. This came right back into 141 again. So let's just put out, I don't know, a couple percentage points there. Punch them out there at 90s. Again, just to make sure we make some profit because, like I said, our last couple of trades not very good at all. So we'll have to wait to see if we can get some more money back into the old kitty here with Moderna. An interesting name here, Eli Lilly today. I just had one of those tortillas there, or chips. We had these little boats.
Yeah, but you're not eating the salsa.
Oh, yeah. There was another one. This was an extra.
Oh, that's okay.
Salsa there from.
Because I was gonna say there was not enough salsa.
Yeah, Joe, those guys passed it over here, and I had to use the salsa.
I don't know. There was twice as much.
Salsa was pretty good though.
Yeah, but I was done the salsa when I was half the way done my chips.
Spicy.
That was.
All right, there it is, easy peasy. Here we go. So now he's got Neil's Hood program buying.
I didn't trade Hood today.
I know that's why
I traded a lot. BMNR,
talking about Robinhood?
Webull, ETHA, and IBIT. So we're running the Gambit except for Robinhood. Like Robinhood, don't get me wrong. I think it's the exact same moment. Okay, what time is this? 10:06. So the turn on Robinhood was at 10:06. The turn on Webull was at, it was earlier. No, it was. It was, it was like 10:0. I started short at right here, but the fall came at 10:03. Could have stuck with this short. Webull. Yeah, that would have worked out. And by the way, check out the morning watch list.
Yeah,
you can
let's go.
sign up for the free watch list, new format every single day, goes right to your inbox. And you know what? No one ever wants to trade blind because you never really know when there's going to be an important catalyst that will, like
Is it even on our
the
watch list?
director, of course, AI is not on our watch
Okay.
list. The director buying 905 shares, of course, it would never make the watch list.
155 million shares.
Look at that wick out underneath VWAP. Like the first time, you know what? This is not to do like an OB, and there's no double entendre here. I'm not trying to be cheeky about this, but the difference between the front end of a move and a back end, this is exactly the point. See how you're looking at VWAP, and this time it wicks the volume weighted average price, stops anybody out that just puts a stop right there, and then you short it after the fact. And it comes back up to VWAP, you short on the way up. In fairness, it was starting to go down, so I was getting lucky, and then it wicks you out. But this is the entry candle. You know what I mean? It's like a little bit of patience, like just a little bit of patience to allow it to run up, make the move to stop people out, and then you get in. You know, it's not like it's a million times better, it's just a little bit better, and then I'd still be in that trade. Not that it's falling. It's not falling that far. So ETH is heading to the upside. Farm trader, there's no such thing as stop hunting. That's the thing. You know there's going to be stop hunting. Look what happened on ETH and BMNR. Goes in, probably runs a few stops, gets some people out. Like people that are long get trailed out. Then they stop some people out at the bottom. I guarantee you on BMNR. If you were VWAP stop hunted there too. They see this prior, and look where the support came in. Right when the reversion short caught a bid, that's exactly where it catches a bid again on BMNR. Stop hunting, stop hunting, stop hunting.
Yeah,
I mean, if you were a whale, what would you do? Like, you know, they can, if somebody has a huge position in something, they can just simply, if you have like hundreds of thousands of shares, they can use a small amount, if they're long, right? They can use a small amount to run a stop level, still be long a boatload, and then as you're getting out, they just swipe it for even more. Now they've got a better price, more shares, and they've got a bunch of people out. And then you get a reversal. If you don't think whales do this, like of course they do. Like if you an account who wouldn't do that if you had that big of an account and you could roll like that? And you see an obvious level like this. You're like, okay, I want to build a long in this, or I'm long all day long. Oh, let's stop some people out. Like sell some of mine for profit, then do like a small order to break a key level, and then just buy the swipe underneath, create a volume. That's why you get like volume spike bottoms a lot of times, because they stopped a bunch of people out and they just buy even more shares, and then it starts to run. Anyways, that's just a.
I also think stops are also, like a lot of people are stopping at the same spot anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like you feel like your stop was run, but in reality, you were kinda
Self-fulfilling
just like-
prophecy.
Yeah, exactly. We all had the same stop level. So it's like when you get run, you're like, oh shit, they did it again to me, you know? And it's like, really? You know, it's like, oh wow, the stock just bounced off of, or, you know, got flushed out of a level and then came right back. You know, I mean, it does happen all the time. But thanks for that. I mean, I think we all got to have our theories, and you know, it's nothing too crazy. These things do happen, obviously. Yeah, there it is. Oh, okay, easy peasy says, yeah. Sean brought up Hood, and Neil spotted buying SoFi. Yeah, we can all be friends here. It doesn't matter who brought what up. But yeah, no, I remember looking at Robinhood early this morning, and I was saying when it was up 5% early, and it was during this move because it came on the radar, and it just kept on going, and that was the whole thing. And I remember Neil and I were talking, like we said, we both owned way more SoFi than Robinhood, so it was a nice story to see Robinhood upside. But then it was also the Bitcoin story of being up 25% over the last month or so, or the last week. Sorry, one of the largest weekly gains since February of 04 or 24, since 24 for Bitcoin. So that was a nice move there. And Robinhood and SoFi both up. And we're just glad easy peasy that you're able to make a little bit of money today.
You could have I think you could have been long either one of them at the open.
I mean, shorting up there is a tough one. I think, you know, buying dips in this would have been probably the right thing to do there with SoFi.
Well, the reason why the short worked is because I don't know why this was true, but for whatever reason, the program buying was the most distinct on SoFi. So this is easily the most distinct out of all of them. It was the cleanest on the 3-minute. And then look at the turn. This turns at 10 o'clock. So the program buy stopped at 10 o'clock. And then if you went over to Webull at that exact same moment, so remember, 10 o'clock is when the program buy stopped there. Here's the 10 o'clock candle. like program, it's already stopped in SoFi, and SoFi is already pulling back about 1% or like 0.5% to 1%, and you're forming a top on Webull. So you're actually getting short as Webull's still trying to go higher, and SoFi is already pulling back, and then that dropped right in. You probably could have done the same thing on Robinhood, because at 10 o'clock, Robinhood tries to make a bit of a press too. Like, it's still buying into the high when the first one that caught a program is starting to turn around. And I actually learned that one from there was a trader, Rokolo. So it's like his trader ID. The nickname was Rokolo, and there was like it was like 3 or 4, like $4 to $10 stocks. This is a long time ago, that all had this weird buy program that was on them. And so once you realize, it's like, oh, these ones are all going, but it started with this particular, like this stock, I think it was Sienna. Like Sienna first, and these other 3 were all going with it. So all you had to do was wait for Sienna to stop buying, and the other 3 were free shorts, because they were just sort of following along with the move once you establish the pattern. Anyways, let's go to the desk. It's 3 o'clock, it's Power Hour, and Sia has an update.
The SPY is currently up 0.45%. Let's take a look at what is going on here and what's changed since earlier in the day. Electric tech, NVIDIA is still down a bit on the day. Apple, that was flat, has turned into a red, furthering its losses. It's down almost 1% on the day. Broadcom, that was flat. AMD, that was flat, are now a bit in the green. INTC is still down on the day, almost 2%. MU is down 0.5%. NET, that is NET, is up 3.5%, but Marvell continues to remain in the red today, down 5.4%. It was down 6.66% to be precise, but it's now recovered a little bit, not too crazy here. However, one more name that I just want to mention is Exxon, that is AXON, that's up 3%. Tech services, you've Google, Meta, that are still holding momentum with Palantir and Oracle, PNW, ACN, IBM. But you have Microsoft, that is flat, and Netflix, that is down 0.5% and over. Finance, you have BRKB, JPM, VAC, WFC, as well as PGR, that are all flat. But GS and MS are holding a bit of a bullish momentum in this sector, along with the famous Coinbase and Robinhood, that are having a very good day today. Robinhood up 13%, and Coinbase is up over 8%. Retail trade, you have Amazon, that's flat. Walmart, that is down almost 1% on the day. Costco and Home Depot in the green, but TJX and other names in this sector are a bit of a mixed sentiment. So are other sectors such as energy minerals, consumer non-durables, where you have EL, that is up 4.5% almost on the day. Health services having a pretty not so bad day, with just one name in the gray, everything else in the green. HCA in health services up over 6%. Health tech is a bullish sector for today as well. Just a couple of names in the gray and flat, but other names are in the green. Not a bad day here for health tech. For consumer durables, Tesla has furthered its gains. It's up almost 6% on the day. Consumer services as well, a bit of a mixed sentiment. Utilities is a bit of a drag down. Like I mentioned earlier in the day, you have names like AEP, that's down 3%, SRE, that's down 4.5%. Finally, you have non-energy minerals, where NEM, FCX are leading the pack strong. FCX up over 7.5%.
Thanks. Yeah, I was just looking at it. Like, that Tesla really stands out today when you look at that board. It's a great day.
Yeah,
That's
6%.
Like the 6% for Tesla is one of the biggest standouts. And we're going to close over the 50-period moving average, which has been a bit of a problem for Tesla lately, but that does look pretty good. Oh, man, we're already coming back. I felt like, why? This move seems so much stronger than this. Okay, let's see if we can put in a higher low on the way up here in ETH to get to that high again. But you know what? Thank you to the chat and everyone that just brought up the... You know what's running today? I don't know why.
Oh.
Quantum. It makes you wonder. You know, Moderna starts squeezing and Shkreli short that, and everybody knows he doesn't like the quantum names. Is this like a squeeze the Shkreli stocks, or is there actually something going on with Rigetti? Because I don't recall hearing anything. Maybe there is a story here. Well, yesterday there was some insider buying. Yeah, you get some insider buying reported yesterday, so this could just be continuation off of that, but it didn't do anything. A bit of a delayed reaction here. And these stocks don't look all that good on the higher time frame, but Rigetti's moving. Come on, QBTS. If Rigetti's up 11% and D-Wave isn't at least 7 or 8, I'll be disappointed. Okay, here we go, 8%. That works. That'll play. On the days where Rigetti's strong, I feel like D-Wave is just a little bit worse I own shares of D-Wave. That's why. Not too bad. Volume's pretty light. I don't know if it's got anything in the afternoon. And I'm just joking around about the Shkreli squeeze. Like, he's just in the news. He likes to short some stuff. He's the one that said they were all worth zero, except for IonQ. He thought IonQ had a non-zero value.
Right.
For what it's worth. And you know what? I think if you looked at,
Might be right.
I'm pretty sure from that day, IonQ was the best of the four. So if you had taken, you weren't taking his advice because they all went up from there. But if you were sort of taking his advice on which one had the most real substance to it, IonQ was actually pretty good. But
I mean, at least he was honest. There was that report that came out that he was short Moderna at $80 or something like that.
That's so
crazy. I mean, it's come back in. Has he added to the short or not? I don't think we've heard much from Shkreli since. Look, I just here got some questions. We break this 140. We went long 140 there on Moderna. It was a note that we had on our sticky note. It was an idea we had on the sticky note earlier, and it's just now trying to break a little longer right now, but it's still having a problem getting through 42. So we have a bunch of outs at 142 right now on MRNA, up 6%. I still think there's more room to go to the upside on this name. I want to get more at 139 than stop out at 138.50. So that might be a dangerous play, but I am out of about 25%, maybe a little bit more than that. Let's call it 30% of Moderna so far. So it's been a winner. We could tap it out right now and it'd be really the only winner we have all day. So we're pretty happy with it, needless to say. But I'm going to put one more offer here in the 70s. We'll see if we can get our 10% of what we have left, and then we'll work on that from there. It's 3:06 right now, so as we head into the power hour, we see about this 50-period moving average again here on SpaceX. Like, this has just been throwing me back and forth here for a minute. And, I'm trying to give it a little bit of room to work with. The futures didn't work out. We tried to short that at VWAP. We've been shorting this when we got stopped out on that one as it tried to rip back to the high side. So, of course, we are now be way in the money if we had just held and never got stopped out. But we do get stopped out there. And now we got to wait to see if the long kicks for the rest of SpaceX's days today. But we did initially like some 134 shorts on SpaceX, on SpaceX. This is what it did yesterday. I'm hoping that's at 350 there. We don't really want to suffer through this. That was yesterday at 330, 320, which is still a little ways away, where we finally started to get going. But again, it was kind of like this break right there that we talked about that I liked. Like, that's 133 and change. Broke that, went right to the upside there. And so, looking at what SpaceX is doing now, I actually thought a break rate here was going to do something. So I'm glad we didn't get involved there, 136.50, but we were able to, okay, yes, finally. What's up, Blicky Spears and everybody in there, and Sean, we trust well. It is starting to go up. So there goes Moderna right now, finally getting a little bit of love back in this name for MRNA. Now $2 in on Moderna. We just need our guy SpaceX to try to, and then you have that USA one?
Hold on.
Because I only have the one with the ape going to space. That was an AM. There it is. That looks like a needle, though, not a...
It's a SpaceX launch. I just don't know why it's Elon chanting USA, because it's supposed to be a SpaceX thing, graphic.
You should be chanting
but it's going to
6.4 billion shares, 6.4 billion shares.
Combined with
every
Tesla.
time this, when we had that story, every time this thing moves $1, the guy's making $6 billion.
Yes.
Now, exactly, or losing it. And so it's not, I know that doesn't equate exactly. I think you might have even had an infographic about that or something, Adara, but I know, I bet you could make one. There was something about that, and someone said there's options involved and all this lockup stuff. But anyways, 6.4 billion shares. That's interesting.
It's
thankfully he already has hundreds of billions of dollars, or else how could one sleep at night? All right, Adara back at the desk.
Let's talk about UiPath here, guys. PATH. A little bit of a lift, nothing massive though, but basically NVIDIA's AI infrastructure account just shouted out UiPath. I guess they were building on Google Cloud's AI hypercomputer using NVIDIA's GPU. So basically it's just an AI build out feature that NVIDIA is announcing and connecting back to UiPath, spotlighting UiPath as a positive example. So interesting look. Back to you.
Okay, well, that's on the right path over there. It's maybe not the sexiest stock most of the time, but I know Kathy likes it and is seeming like it wants to do a bit of a recovery on its own.
UiPath, yeah.
Yeah.
There's some names that I think I like. I mean,
This
she's
is
in
really
CRISPR. I think CRISPR's.
I think CRISPR is one of those really nice. Look, Moderna, nothing's gonna Moderna.
There's an optionality in it.
Yeah, nothing's gonna Moderna. But if you're thinking about
Something like Moderna.
things that have chances to Moderna, I think CRISPR, were they to make some breakthroughs, like the technology, obviously it's since the Clinton administration, people have been talking about genomics breakthroughs. So this is not new stuff out there. It's kind of like it's kind of like a cold fusion. It's the same thing. It's just so far out there, and for years people are saying like quantum computing, but that's finally starting to turn a corner potentially. So it's the kind of technology that I think could make a huge difference. But you see, it's like right now just an accumulation phase, but you never really know. And I think UiPath is a good stock like that. And Kathy's had a few things that have obviously worked out well. She gets a lot of flack, but she was in NVIDIA early, really, really early, like super, super early. Kind of got out early too, but that's par for the course. Okay, we're not really getting a retest of VWAP here on ETH. So
You ever get those emails from like I bought Marissa for her birthday, like these new
I already know what this is.
Birkenstocks. Huh? You already know?
No, I know. I kind of have an idea where this is going.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, and then all of a sudden you just get all these emails. Like, now I just got one. It's like, oh, check out this new thing. I'm just like, unsubscribe. Like, I'm not trying to. So I guess when you put your email in and you
know what my trick is? I have a Yahoo email address.
Wow, Moderna,
that I
guys.
use for a bunch of stuff.
Yes, yeah, that's
so my Yahoo just gets all of that crap. All
That's
of
a
it.
good one, yeah.
And none of it's going to my personal Gmail, so I don't have to worry about that nonsense.
the cool thing about it is that Google and everything's pretty smart now. There's always those unsubscribe buttons in it.
Because I do get some to my Google, but
So easy. Why can't every trade just do this? Okay, there goes Moderna. I mean, we wrote down 140. We missed it early. We get it late. So hallelujah on this one. Like everything I was doing was just turning into super trades. It's funny on our chat, everyone's talking about supper clubs. I don't know if you're seeing it in our fantasy football chat. So there's been in the last 2 hours, there's been like 300 messages. It's so stupid. One of our friends is saying, our friend is out here ordering Philly cheesesteak sandwich at the supper club, and he's the one taking shots here because they're talking about osobuco and how some people like it and some people don't. And then now all of a sudden Philly cheesesteak is being discussed right now. We have a lot of pretentious friends that have way too much money, and it's like they love drinking the finest wines and smoking the finest cigars. So if you show up to like one of our get-togethers or something, even with like a Camus or something like that, he'd be like, Camus, like who drinks that anymore? Like, that was like 10 years ago, that was popular. Forget that it's a $200 bottle or something. But it's like, no, that's not, we're not, you brought that here? It's like,
we just keep.
Anyways, meanwhile, I'm just like, give me that old English, man. I'm pouring one out for my homies. Like the Camus is.
I get ready for those wings tomorrow.
Is what it is. Yeah, we're doing the Armageddon wings. Oh, and
that chump ducked out of the race. He's not going to be there.
Who?
Dave's not going to make it. He's going to be on his flight.
One of our friends challenged Neil to a race.
He talked trash for a year to race me.
This is what I'm saying.
And now he's not even going to be there tomorrow.
Tired of these friends. And these are our friends from high school, so it obviously goes way
But you know what? Shout out to Dave. I got an A in grade 9 French.
Yeah, because of him.
And trust me when I tell you, believe me and to God. My actual level was probably somewhere near a C+. It was like the only place where I did not deserve an A was definitely, I suck at languages. But Dave, you're the man.
My kid has already found out a way to scam his way out of French in high school. How
do you get out of French?
Well, because
they force you to take it.
No, there's two different kinds. There's like a normal one and then like a one where you don't really care about French. So
where was that when we were kids?
I know. So, but you have to prove. So he had to prove some stuff that like he had missed a bunch of time in French class and this and that. Anyways, I don't know if it's gonna work.
That's smart.
I know.
I would have done that so fast because there's an advantage.
There's values to
there's a value in learning it, but for whatever reason, I cannot learn languages. Like numbers, good. Languages, just a problem.
Yeah, save man, woman.
Problem.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So our friend is bringing 4 pounds of wings. He said that should calculate to be about 8 extra. So I put my hand up for it's going to be bad. These are the 850,000 Scoville units. So I did see someone in there saying, brings or something about yogurt.
I've had them
say
before.
There's going to be some yogurt consumed there tomorrow. One of our friends, how did one of our friends go from 10 or 15 wings down to 6? Jay.
Pity.
Yeah, I know. It's like.
So you have to understand that this man had he had these same hot wings
Look
once,
at
like 8
Moderna with
years
the bid
ago,
on
and he
it.
had one. I think he had 1 or 2, and he was dying. So like.
But then he makes these bets, and then when he finally loses, he weasels
Now he
his
owes
way
16
out.
wings. There's no physical way this guy, he can't handle it. There's just no
No, it's down
chance
to
that he can.
6.
Yeah, so he's doing 6. He
from
can't handle
15.
6. It's like
our
I can eat hot food. I'm going to be eating 5 of them, and I've done it before, but it's going to hurt. It's not going to be fun.
5 is, but is that because you want to do it or you lost a bet? No.
No, I was in a bet too.
Oh, so you
it was
okay,
there was like
so
4 of us
you're-
that
you're
did a
part
bet.
of
Like the
this.
best record
Okay.
gets to watch the other 3 have it, and I ended up Vikram won the regular season. I was like 3rd or something, and so everyone that was like 2nd, 3rd, and 4th
Right,
all have
everybody
to,
under
all
that-
have to do it. And the guy that was first place last year.
Never. The guy's never won. The guy's never been like higher than 8th or something out of 10.
He's the worst performing guy in the fantasy league, and then he won the
all
regular
time.
season, and he's been talking so much.
Wow,
shit.
Moderna.
It's ridiculous.
Guys, finally, hallelujah. Like, we keep on saying that, man. I guess the Bulls. The Bulls have been in this stock for a minute, but there goes Moderna finally starting to go higher. I mean, I can't do anything with SpaceX, man. SpaceX has been the Achilles heel today. It's like it just came back up. We got a piece out at 20 there, but I was thinking it was going higher, so we hold on to pretty much the whole thing right now. We're going to stop out on a break of 80, which is going to happen right now, and we'll lose. We won't lose nearly as much on this one as we'll make there on Moderna, but there goes SpaceX to the downside. So I think we better just leave it, man. We've just been getting back and forth whipsawed here on SpaceX over the last couple minutes, or the last hour, 2 hours, I guess, since we went back on air. It's not really doing anything. It's like now it's breaking lower, and just false broke me out. So who knows? But yeah, there goes Moderna. Now it's a 5 spot, right up into the 200 period moving average. So we just waited. We waited for this. Like that. Those are the trades I'm supposed to be making when we see some sort of a development there, upside on a stock that has some upside talk to it. So there goes Moderna. Like, am I really just got stopped out on SpaceX near that low? All right, it's see ya to save me from my SpaceX worries.
Let's take a look at the DXY real quick here. So the DXY has turned super flat on the day. That was a little bit up 0.08%. That is now negative 0.02%. It currently is trading around 98.8. It was before, when I checked the levels when I was doing my segment earlier, around 98.8, same level. It dipped to 98.7, but that's it. There's nothing crazy going on here. Let's take a look at USD JPY. However, super flat, but Japan's headline inflation, if we did see it today, has hit 1.9% in July, and this has been reported in the morning, but it's important for you to know what's going on here. And this is the highest level that it's been for Japan this year. Energy costs, as you do know it, have surged and increased and continue to do so related to the Iran war. Core inflation as well, which strips out prices of fresh food but also includes energy, has now come in line with expectations for Japan at 1.8%.
Yeah, one thing we should all be watching out for is going to be any further action from, well, it won't just be the Japanese government, because it might also be the US, because they helped out supporting the yen. The Treasury has been busy, and I feel like they're going to continue to be busy. Bessent is an important figure all of a sudden, because the Fed's not doing the job, so Bessent's going to step in. But the Treasury can't print money. Just going to leave that out there. I said it yesterday. I'm not going to do another full rant, but the Treasury can't print money. All they can do is issue more debt to buy back the debt to manipulate the yield curve. It's the Fed that can do the real heavy lifting. So in ETH, if I was going to trail out here anyways, when it bounces, I'm just going to move the stop from there to there and then add in here so that if it loses there, it's break even. And now if we get to the high, we just put some more on as we are getting closer to the end of the day. So move over quote board. Remember, it's a third Friday. So you're going to see a lot bigger numbers today on the imbalance locator. It doesn't necessarily, oh my goodness, look at all the ones over 1 million. Again, third Friday. There's nothing too big here. Key, GPUS, nothing. Dow Chem. Nothing there. So it's a bunch of nothing named, but we will see some window dressing at the close today. Definitely expected. The third Friday is always higher volumes. We saw it in the morning. We'll see it as well. Might keep an eye on whatever this Amex name is, because that can be big at the close. Ooh, 147, nice.
Yeah, I mean, I was just noticing, like, we took a couple more outs on there. So right now we only have 25% left. I mean, pretty happy with the way we've traded this out. I mean, a lot of outs there at 142, but, you know, good on the way up. Like, we got some 144.50s, and this was all at 147. So a couple good outs there. Really getting out up into the moving average. And remember what we talked about, our stop was, I mean, that's 139. So it was 139. I said 138.50, but once we started taking some outs, we kind of were going to tighten this up anyways, but nice move there. I'm pretty sure that we should, let's just do it, man. Don't be pretty sure about anything. I'm not sure about anything these days. 142 right there, we could put as a stop. So 141.99. Let's stop out of 50% if it goes into that level, okay, on Moderna, and then we'll see if we can hold the rest. But, you know, 141. What did I say that price was? Was it 142? Yeah, so it's going to be up there by the time it gets there. Yeah, so 141.99. We'll make sure to get out of shares if that does wind up hitting our account at some point. The trigger is now in on that particular trade. So that's what's going on there with Moderna. Look, man, I wish more things were halting. This one just showed up, 4,000. That's not doing anything. RFAIU, we've talked about that one before. That's not doing anything. SUGP, this June's stock has not done anything. Oh, we had a bet on this one. It was 4. It was okay. So it's wow. It's at 3 halts. Looks like.
Oh no way.
Yeah,
you might win.
Yeah. No. Well. Yeah. Maybe
one more halt.
But I don't have that much time left, man. We only have a half hour. Because anything. Well, actually, I guess it could halt
Right.
the last 10
1,
minutes.
2.
Is this a halt?
Where's
right
the
here?
third?
Right here.
1.
Did it open up at 12:45? I think it did. Must have opened up and right into there because there's one volume. I don't know. Does anybody have an official halt counter?
Not that it matters. We just had.
No, but
we
man,
just had a
it'd be
fun.
You pick 3.5, and it's basically going to be exact because there's one there.
Oh no, you're right. It's
one
3.
there, and then
I'm looking at. I have the halt scanner right here.
Yeah.
It's 1, 2,
3. Right, that's a good way.
Yeah, 3 times. So they did halt 3. One more, and you win.
Okay.
That was. See, we can make. We're good at making odds.
These are getting closer. We got to open up a poly market if anybody wants to join us.
3.5 was the right line.
Trading on. I cannot believe, so I get stopped out of SpaceX there at 135.80 break. And of course we have double the shares and we get stopped out. And now that it's working, we don't have that many back on. But it looks like net wise, because this is starting to go, we'll be fine. So I'm fine with it. But again, it could be a much bigger winner if we just had more shares on that one. And we read that thing. It's like right reads wrong shares. But for me, we don't need the funding part of that. That's well funded, but there it goes, right up. So now it's falling right back in. So at least we had one out up there at 20 for SpaceX. So trade's starting to work out for us. But really the savior for me today has just been, and it's not much, this will be the only winning stock. Like we're slightly down on that JUNS. We're slightly down on NVIDIA. We made a mess of SpaceX. Down on the TQs there. That last little one there wasn't great. Longs weren't that great there. The short was pretty much flat, losing there. So I'm going to basically say 0 for 3 there. There wasn't much going on. SpaceX is 0 for a bunch. And then Intel was, we're down on it, but it's not huge. The short, these purples are shorts. So they worked until eventually we got stopped out there. But we took the long early. This was probably the biggest trade at 90 long. And then when it broke low, we got out at 80s there. So that started us red. And then we shorted it. So we didn't have the best average price. So it does look like, there's some decent winners there, but the average price wasn't that great. And again, if you watch us all the time, that's why we put the prices up there. Well, that's not why, it's so you can follow along. But you could see what our trades are looking like and what our prices are looking like. But yeah, Intel was a little bit of a mess at $90. And that's the funny thing. It's not really doing anything today, Intel. Jack Ma bought 10 million shares, 10 million shares. Was it shares or $10 million worth? It had to be $10 million.
Dollars.
Right? Can we get that confirmed there, Adara? What Lipbu's most recent purchase of Intel was at 95. But
Yeah, dollars.
yeah, because that's what I'm saying. Like how much money?
Couldn't be using my
Unless he put all 10 million shares at $100 stock.
I mean, he's rich.
I mean,
did
did he put in 100 million?
Yes, I was
He's
correct.
not that
So
rich.
that is the dollar amount. The share amount was 105,000.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, don't
Because
get me
I-
wrong. He's
but he could
he's
put-
rich.
I mean-
he ain't that rich.
But it depends.
No.
No, but I was wondering if it was part of his compensation.
Yeah, but even then, like
100 million.
Yeah, he ain't rolling like that. Lip
ain't?
Bhutan? No.
Lip Bhutan?
No, nah, Lip Boo. That's
Do you know how many shares he has? Probably.
yeah, but I'm not look.
It's not about his net
It's
worth.
not ridiculous, but that would be way too crazy That'd be
So
crazy.
this man's net worth is, I'm seeing anywhere from 747 million to just over 1 billion. So, I mean, he's going to be a little bit lower
That's
than some
still
of the other
massive.
guys that we have partying around.
I mean,
so certainly no
yeah.
slouch.
No, but I'm just saying, like that's a huge chunk.
I mean, my net worth is like almost zero, and I have like, if I buy $100,000 worth of stock, it's,
I mean,
But anyways-
look, obviously he's rich. He ain't like.
But just admit, you didn't think
not rich,
Liputin's
rich.
net value.
No, I thought he was.
I didn't think it was a
I
billion.
would have put him at like I thought it was like 100, 200 million.
You know
what I'm
why?
saying? Like
You know why I thought it was out?
I didn't think he was even close to a billion.
You know why I thought it was a crazy number? By the way, Moderna's now at 148.50, is because he took over when the stock was like at 25, 30 bucks. So probably some stock-based compensation. Like
Yeah, it's
now
not
the
like
fact
it's
that this
bad.
thing got to 140. I mean, whether or not he exercised up at near the
I'm
top
happy with him.
or not.
'Cause
Yeah,
I'm an
Liputin's-
Intel shareholder.
Actually, you know
so
what?
I'm happy-
Liputin is
I'm happy
my
with
new
it.
favorite CEO of all time. No, that's not true.
our boy.
Alex Karp is for me. But okay, there it goes. I mean, let's go. Who the hell's Moderna's CEO? We love you, Moderna CEO, right now. Shout out to Ozan. Who thought? There it is, $9 winner finally happening. So thank God. Of course, we only had 10,000 shares. So, to imagine you actually had some sort of a gumption that was actually going to happen. But that's why a lot of traders will trade options, because like all you had to do was buy 1 or 2 contracts, and now you're just laughing. Unfortunately, I'm buying whatever amount of shares and just like piecing it out all the way up. But options kind of forces you. If you bought like two contracts, maybe you got one out there, and you're still rolling with one. For me, I only have right now 23% left of my position on Moderna. Wow. I mean, it just got to VWAP. I don't know what's going on this stock, guys, but
Squeeze.
it must be a squeeze. I mean, it has to be, right? I mean, look, the volume's starting to pick up here.
Would you
into
want to
the
be
close.
short over the weekend?
Well, that's why I did it, is because I was like, who knows what's going to be released on Monday. But there it goes, man. 149, $8.
One of the algo guys made a really good point about
Go ahead.
this.
Yeah, let's get this off.
Is that this story is potentially much bigger than people realize. Because what if... Oh, there it is. Yes, Fabian. So anyways, no, we were...
Little late on the Arab money, but
So we were finally have that Arab money thing. Because it came up this morning. I was like, Fabian, how come we don't have it? Because Joe
that's
was
not
talking
it. That's
about
not it for me.
But like, there's a certain part of the song that's a little bit. You almost have to play a longer portion of the clip to know that it's the Busta Rhymes song, because that tune is out of control.
It's a good request. I mean, the beat is
tune is out
there.
of control.
The beat is there.
It's
but all that
maybe a-
Arab money is doing is investing in Live Golf, which has not done anything. Investing in Lucid.
What, you don't like Lucid?
Do you?
That's the greatest
I don't know
investment
what
of all
Lucid-
time. $6. Oh no, it's not.
$6?
Oh shoot, it dropped 10%.
I'm getting out some more of Moderna here. All right, that was.
What do you guys about that
Let's
6 break?
hit that again. Let me hear that again. How long that is?
It's too short.
That Arab money. I got to hear. Before we go over to Sia, is Fabian hustling over there to do it or not really?
Hit it just one more time.
One more time.
One more time. No?
He's doing it.
Oh, they're just ignoring.
Oh, he's not listening.
They're literally ignoring us.
Fabian, we need that Arab money one more time.
more
I just want to
time.
hear what it sounds like one more time. It's not bad. It's not bad.
The problem is you can't play.
I'm not worried about it getting longer.
No, it's like the portion's maybe the wrong portion of it. Okay.
It's all good, my guy. It's
No,
all good, my guy. It's all good.
it's
Don't worry
all
about it. Don't worry. Fabian getting a little bit, wondering about what's going on over there. All right. Wonder no longer. We have Sia in the back with only a half hour left. Let's go find out what Miss Sia wants us to hear about.
Catchy too, by the way. Great job over there. Let's take a look at crypto, shall we? Crypto's been rallying all day. It was rallying yesterday. Now, what is going to be the real test, as Adara said to me right now off camera, is over the weekend. If it gives away all its gains, that's going to be the real test. But it did. We also had the global S&P Global Composite PMI that came out higher, and Bitcoin still rallying. Not a bad look over here. BTC up around 6% on the day. Ethereum is up close to 4%. Solana is up over 4%, and XRP remains the winner among all the three, is up 9% on the day. BTC is currently trading around 77,200 region, and Ethereum currently trading around 2,400 region.
All right. Well, that's your Bitcoin minute. maybe Bitcoin 40 seconds. But there it is. Right.
I'm listening to it right now. I'm telling you, that's the wrong part of the song. Fabian, the 41-second mark. I'm going to send it to you. That's the part that you want.
Yeah, remember there's like a limit on how much.
It's 15 seconds, isn't it?
Oh, is it 15?
We can play.
15 is a.
You do 10 seconds from the 41-second mark. I'm going to send you the link in a second.
15 is very long.
With the crypto update just happened, but the update for me is ETH is better than IBIT. IBIT, you suck.
Yeah, IBIT.
Bitcoin today, look at today and yesterday, gap up inside day. ETH, the difference is at least it's uptrended yesterday. It broke away from what? The volume weighted average price. Twice you're going to get VWAP dumps. Admittedly, the VWAP long should be here next time, not there. But either way, you're just going to look for the high of the day. It is 3:30. We're expecting window dressing. I don't think an imbalance has mattered once for the ETFs. So I'm probably not going to change anything, but you never really know. Still the same names, Vizsla, whatever that is. VZLA, 2.6 million to sell. What is this company? It's Vizsla Silver Corp. Never heard of it. I say that as if I know what it is. Keys, a bit of an imbalance, but those are the same names from earlier. Doesn't look like it's going to be anything too crazy on the imbalance locator. I would suspect, remember, look, it doesn't, just because something happened yesterday doesn't mean it's going to happen today. However, probably shouldn't forget what happened on Apple and a few names right at the end of the day. Apple at 3:30 or so took a big rollover, and then right at right after 3:50, it dropped a couple of dollars again. So I'm expecting that some of these big Mag 7 names might have some kind of a move at the close. And it's window dressing, so another reason why it might happen. We're going to go up to the desk. You can already see the one and only there with Adara. Yes? To the desk? Yes.
Yeah.
Trading week is almost over for the U.S. markets, and on Sunday it will reopen for the overnight session, also for Asia. Here to take us through what the Asian market did yesterday and what we can expect on Sunday night is one. Oh, you're muted. We'll get back to the Asian market in just a second. And there are some earnings as well in Asia for Monday morning that I know will certainly be of note that we might get discussed here today. So whenever we're ready, we will certainly send it up there. But yeah, 2 earnings names, I'm not going to spoil, on Monday morning. We're still having some mic issues. So we're going to go back over to Sean and Neil in the meantime. So a little more spoiler teaser there for you guys.
That'd be all over Philly cheese. Thank you, thank you guys. We'll get back to, look, you're going to get one. Don't worry about it.
You'll get them.
We'll get it settled.
You'll get 'em.
Man, you can't. These guys can't be talking about Philly cheesesteak in the chat, and then we're gonna be eating regular pizza and wings. We're too old to be eating regular pizza and wings at our fantasy football game.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it last year. We had the, it was shawarma based.
Yeah, it was shawarma.
You know, it was pretty good.
And the year before,
build your own little shawarma.
Yeah.
145 nice. Break. I'm gonna get out of half. I switched it from 144 just into 145. I mean, that's where this 200. Okay, it's gonna get out soon. That's where this 200 period moving average is. So if you do see me, we only now have 16% left because we got more out right there at 147.50. So that was a good level there. Let's just wait to see if this does wind up breaking through 145. That's my stop to get out of half. And that will leave me with 8% left. So I feel like we've done real good, man, to get all the way out there at VWAP. I'm really happy with this trade. I can't be happier. I'm very disappointed with the way I've been trading SpaceX. So not much going on there. We do have one coming up in just a second. It's too bad there's not a little bit more time left. You know, we've been switching it up, trading obviously a little bit crazier names with Moderna there. And I just think Eli Lilly right now is bouncing off for the last hour off of VWAP there. And it's coming back in again. And it's like, that's 1256 up to 1261. So there's no point. I know we always say Adara likes these tickers, and obviously it doesn't. To me, it makes no difference what the spreads are. Like, I don't like any kind of a ticker because of the style that it trades. It's, you know, I just like to see what's going on with it technically. It's obviously great to have experience in a name. You get more comfortable with it as you trade it, and you do get more comfortable with the spreads. I mean, it is part of what the stocks are all about. But I would just think when I see this kind of a stock, and I know it's $1,200, and when I see about where my out would be, maybe it's $5 lower. Well, then I just perfect. Then I just have to say, like, if I would normally trade a stock that's with this setup, and then let's just say it's Apple or I don't know, insert name here. If I'm going to trade 100 shares of that one, and my stop would be $1 lower. If my stop is $5 lower, then I kind of just do it with 20 shares. Like I just kind of divide it up. And I think that's part of the risk reward ratios that we talk about. So I think you could trade any of these names, period. It's just be aware of your risk unit and what it means if there is some kind of a slippage in the stock, because
I also think having something that can scan the dark pools to be able to get some of those midpoint fills would really help on
anybody trading on Robinhood or anything like that. They routing.
You're routing too many anyways.
You're literally funded by Citadel, so they're going to give you a midpoint. Don't worry about that.
There's Virtu.
Virtu. The mall. Yeah, we saw Virtu yesterday sell their order book or something.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. Battery pack now fixed. So one over there with our update.
Let's get right into that Asian market update here with one, hearing about what we're going to be expecting from Sunday night session and what happened last night.
Thank you, Adara. So a little bit of mixed sentiment coming from Asia, of course, with bond market pressure as well as rising oil prices, driving a little bit of cautious trading ahead of the weekend in Asia. As we can see, Hong Kong was the best performing region, up 1.21%. Tech manufacturing led gains with Tencent up by 1.2%, Xiaomi up by 4.5%, and Kaohsiung up by 2.3%. J&T Global Express, they had earnings and they were among the best performers as well in the region, surged on a 124% jump in the first half net profit, led by, of course, strong parcel growth as well as international expansion. We also had some inflation data coming in for July in Hong Kong. It slowed down to 1.7%. From 2% the previous month. A good look for Hong Kong. Now, over in South Korea, the South Korean Kospi was up by 0.88%. Very lucky number indeed. Major chip makers and surging exports boosted sentiment. We saw Samsung up by nearly 4%. SK Hynix also up by 2.2%. They rose on, of course, shareholder return expectations. Now, chip exports, they nearly tripled for the first 20 days of August to $26 billion. So that's showing a lot of AI-driven demand being sustained and supported in Korea's tech. Gains were also seen in financial hubs, where the banking sector, KB Financial Group, was up by 2.6%, and Shinhan Financial was also up by 3.2%. Now, one of the laggards for the region was Japan. They had news on their headline inflation. So July headline inflation reached 1.9%. That's driven, of course, by higher fuel prices, ongoing Middle East tensions as well. So this further raises expectations that the Bank of Japan will increase their rates in September. We can see currently right now the 10-year Japanese government bond yield is currently at 2.88%, putting a little bit more pressure on Japanese stocks. So keep an eye out on that, as well as at the open, the South Korean Kospi as well on Sunday. They're trying to get or test the 7,000 resistance right now, see if Samsung, SK Hynix can gain enough momentum to generate a little break on the Kospi through the 7,000 cycle resistance.
And some earnings excitement as well, with PDD and XPeng both reporting before the earnings or before the bell here for us on Monday. So some Asian market earnings as well in focus. Back to you.
So that's absolutely right. And that RFAI, which is up 440%, by the way, and there's probably no story that the director bought 100 shares of this company. Maybe it's something legitimate. I have no idea. But it's halted up 55, then halted again at 68.99. The tap was 70. Now it is exactly where it closed. So theoretical auction price is indicating it's going to open pretty much flat. This isn't even at the pre-market highs yet. So there's still some room. What's the deal with this? Yuck. All right, there's no levels to look at.
And we have to acknowledge that vault guy over there.
What?
The guy that won, he said all we need is one mic. And that was a reference to one back there, and of course Nas. And we've had so many mic problems. So I feel like that was like basically send in your resume, like you could just work here.
That was perfect.
Monday, you know.
Like you just outpunned all of us.
That was like perfectly on point. I've said that joke many times, but never when we've had mic issues.
But that's exactly when you got to do it.
That's why
exactly
it's you win. So
Yeah.
Just I'll have my mic and just sit in this desk. Maybe put on some better trades. All right, SpaceX right now 32 cents in the. There we go. Hit the bang to cancel everything. So there go. Okay. All right. Maybe I say okay and all right and even more. It'll work out better for me. All right, there goes SpaceX finally. Yeah, that would be a good one. Yeah, the Little John reference we could have there as one of those things that spikes through. Been asking for these things for a minute. Now we're getting creative with them all. So I like that one, Little John. Yeah, we could. Okay. Right, that's another Little John thing right there as we get some money back into that trade. And what is this stock doing right now? But yeah, there it goes. SpaceX. Come on, Elon. You ain't selling your 6.4 billion shares today. And there it goes right to the upside. All right. We wanted it to take out 136.50, and she gone right now through that 136.50. So a key level there. I'm still in about half of this trade still, so I think it's been doing okay. But, I'm here to tell you, we have not traded SpaceX very well today. We'll put some money back in our pocket off of this play, but it hasn't been well traded. So if we get a little late day run, maxing it out at 137 is decent. Like I feel like we should be happy catching basically right here and all the way up. Like I just short there, wrong, short there, wrong, long there, wrong, short, wrong, so long, right. So it's like basically we'll go 1 for 4 there, which it might not even be good enough to make the Blue Jays right now. They're on fire right now. 1 for 4, 250 batting average.
Nowadays, 250 is better than league average.
Is making some crazy catches in the outfield. I noticed these last couple of days. He made a sick one yesterday afternoon. All right, so I'll get another piece there as it broken back down through 136.50. So now we can just hold on. We only have 8 minutes left until the imbalances,
which are going to be big. But for the record.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah, because there's the third Friday.
It's the third Friday.
But do we really want to try to gamble on which way they're coming? So I'm going to try to just step out of the way.
The way to look at it is if you're in the money on something, it's like a free roll that the imbalance comes in your direction if the stock is going to move on the imbalance. SpaceX is going to have an imbalance.
I'm just getting some more out.
Moderna, I don't know. SpaceX pretty much always has one. None of these okay, this is only New York or Amex that I have up here. Anything that is NASDAQ, which is most of the stuff that a lot of people are going to trade, you don't see the imbalance until 350. So you're completely blind. If you're looking at the crypto stuff, no matter the size of the imbalance on ETH, at least up until now, I shouldn't speak in absolutes. No matter the imbalance on ETH or IBIT, it's never moved it. 5 million, 7 million, 3 million, they tend to not move because the underlying doesn't care about it. That said, the time we say that, it's going to change, and it'll actually move it today for some reason. I'm suspecting, I don't know for sure, but I'm suspecting Apple could be something big based on what happened yesterday. So I'm going to have that level 2 up because that's the one I want to guess on. We don't know what the imbalances will be in 8 minutes, but that's one I want to guess on just based on what happened yesterday, and then hopefully it gives you some kind of a 355 reversion trade. Like if it comes out a big buy and goes running or a big sell, there's like some kind of a reversion you can put on at the end of the day to go in the other direction. Apple got rinsed in the close. Absolutely rinsed job.
What's the price of Apple right now?
It's only at 309. It's only down 0.5%. Like Apple's not, it's not that bad.
It's also down 10% from its all-time high.
It's just, from the highs, it's really, really pulled back here. But then that goes part and parcel to what's been happening with, when this trade gets back on, Micron, DRAM, a lot of the AI plays go up.
A VWAP, it went right to VWAP.
And Apple goes down. That's just been par for the course.
Yeah. Obi came back from his walk there, and he's talking about the Moderna trade because he was in Moderna earlier as well. But I just got the question that every husband, I think, gets. Marissa just messaged me. They're leaving the hockey game now. What do you want for dinner? Because she was going to stop and get something. But you know what? Friday night, I said, why don't we just pick up some? We have this great Portuguese chicken place. Portuguese chicken right by our house. It's amazing. I know the guy's name's John. It's Martin's. It's a fantastic place. And the guys, it's awesome. So we're going to do that. The little Portuguese, the potatoes that are in the little balls, I don't know what those exactly are called, but they're the best at this place.
I can only think of Philly cheesesteak right now. That's it.
Yeah, like a scoop. Yeah, like the balls. Yeah, but so this is Portuguese. But yeah, it's amazing. And the spice, the piri like they have there is amazing. So we're gonna get some of that for dinner tonight. Why cook? When we're cooking on this Moderna trade over there. Yeah, we'll keep going on that one. What do you guys have? Hot wings. Yeah, we're not having those for dinner. Oh yeah,
That's
that's right.
tomorrow.
We got chicken. Yeah,
We're literally doing hot wings tomorrow at the
Yeah,
draft.
yeah. Oh yeah, but that's not for dinner. Well, I guess, you know.
This draft's late.
People won't be. Yeah,
draft's at like 4 or 5 o'clock. So it is
5
for
o'clock,
dinner.
Sort
kind of.
Yeah, but the 5 wings. I mean.
Oh yeah. No, but it's pizza.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The butler's doing. Oh, so the loser of our league has to. If you lose our fantasy league, you're the butler. It means that you have to provide the food and drink for the draft. It's not that crazy. The first year you had to wear an apron.
We had a request for what kind of beer. I said Peroni.
There was a request. I like Peroni. I didn't see that message.
Yeah, it was. I think.
I would have said Innocent Gun. But
Yeah, I know what you would have said. That's why I was wondering. Yeah.
That's my go-to.
Yeah, I like
The rum cask is
over there.
That's not, Peroni's.
Bing bong.
That's what we had. Were you here today?
No, I didn't have a Peroni over here. Oh, here's Mr. Hairman himself.
Oh, that's right.
Fabian,
Hey,
what's
guilt
going
on
on?
Fabian.
Hey, how are you?
Queen, nice T-shirt.
Thank you. I just want to say thank you to all the people that donated today. We're almost halfway there. I just wanted to talk about what the foundation does a bit more. Is that they basically help facilitate making of the wigs for the children. Like they also get the wigs free of charge as well. The
kids do.
Yes, the children. And it costs around basically $2,500 to make a single wig. So it's not just the hair donations. They also need craft, like people that make the wigs as well. And thank you to all the people that have donated and we almost are at 2 wigs basically that we provided, which is pretty awesome. I just want to say thank you.
Yeah,
Well,
and do we want to?
Thank you, Fabian.
There it is, right there. And you can. Why don't we? Well, it's harder when you're standing there. I was gonna say show the hair again, but there's a picture of it.
Go here.
Right there. Okay, I think he's there. He's gonna go over here right in front of the board. There it is. 40. There it is, man. And so, how many inches is it per wig? Because you said you had 28 there.
28. It's about 12 inches that you
wig,
need.
okay,
Like minimum
good.
is 12 inches.
Nice.
And I have basically 2 sets that they can use at this
That's
point.
awesome.
So that's 8.
That's
so I'm
awesome.
gonna just
That's
give out
perfect.
4 of them.
All right, man. Well, there it is. So you are donating to a great cause.
making
the
a
link
real
is in the
difference.
description. If you're having a problem with the link, there's the QR code again. It's funny because both those QR codes they're different, but I guess they both work.
They take you to the same place.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's the same place.
And of course,
QR codes have kind of
and
like
of course
revolutionized
we've
everything.
tested them to make sure they do.
Well, I assume so. Yeah.
Well,
I hope so. Hopefully, it doesn't take you to like some other random GoFundMe, and that one has like 18 grand in it or something.
Well, I sometimes I do some quality control testing of the QR code.
Yeah, that's good. How don't you think QR codes have like revolutionized? Like sometimes you just everything now on TV.
They're the newer
scan,
barcode.
scan.
Yeah, but sometimes it messes up because my wife was watching some random show and then all of a sudden I'm like, I don't recall putting this into like, I go to check out on Amazon Prime or something. And I'm like, I didn't order this. Why is this sitting in my inbox? I'm like, so I go to Rick. I'm like, did you order this? She's like, oh yeah, I was watching on Amazon Prime. I think I accidentally ordered something on the ad on your card.
Cool.
I'm like, well, you could tell me so I don't check it out. Cause I almost didn't notice and almost ordered this.
Oh, I just leave everything in the inbox. I don't. I just check out. Well, man, whatever
like
I
a
get on Amazon, like the deodorant.
Dude, it was like a case of Cliff Bars.
Oh.
I'm like, what am I doing with a case of Cliff Bars? I
Get
don't
those
mind
deals,
Cliff
man.
Bars.
Get those deals going.
No, but I don't mind them. But I'm not getting a case of them for no reason. You can't just be clicking on anything you see on the TV.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a problem. 2 minutes to the imbalances, everybody. Or you could be. That's actually another reason why Amazon is buy Amazon shares. For real, because that's pretty smart on their part anyways. But shout out to Fabian. I would love for us to get to the 5,000 today, but it's been amazing all the contributions that we've already gotten.
We've got a couple. One individual was over 500.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's been a few huge ones. And of course, we have till the end of next week. That's when he's actually cutting the hair. So we have all of next week.
I'm getting nervous
And
now.
we're going to do it live.
SpaceX is mooning right now. So like USA. But there it goes to the. See, I think is this a needle?
No, that's a space.
Okay.
It's
No, now when it zooms in there, but when I first saw it the first time, I was like,
why it's blowing up bars is
yeah, we don't want to hurt the environment out there. We definitely don't want to hurt anything there. But there goes SpaceX. So finally, like as if we get stopped out right there and I just buy it right back because I'm like, nah, maybe we should have given it a little bit more room. So stopped out, bought it right back, and there it goes. So we'll actually be actually up on this over the last couple trades. You know, before that, that's an L, that's an L, that's an L. But we made it back what we sort of lost there, and now we're getting back up into 137. With now less than 1 minute, we are expecting there to be a somewhat significant amount of imbalances today as we do get into the quarter. Wait a minute, it's August. Yeah, so it's the quarter end and the third Friday. So there could be some decent rebalances happening. Right? No, the quarter end would be September. So, yeah,
it's just the third Friday.
But third Friday, and then rebalance is obviously big after we just gone through that last round of earnings. So we'll have a quick little look to see if anything's going on with these imbalances in just here. Why did I just close it there? I'm not sure. In just a couple of seconds. So we're long SpaceX. I mean, I could put a stop down there at 136.50, but I'm just going to watch it. The Moderna trade, whatever, I already have this to stop out if it breaks 145. So we'll just let Moderna go. I could see a sell coming for Moderna, but we'll stop out on that trade as well. But it's SpaceX right here. I'll take one more piece at 95. So there it is. Oops, I'm on the wrong stock. So we'll watch it out for SpaceX. I think that should be more interesting than Moderna there. And there it is right now. There goes SpaceX. So it looks like it's probably a nothing burger. And actually, they're very light, nowhere near what we had sort of thought.
350,000 buy on SpaceX.
Yeah, so it's nice that it's a buy, but it didn't do anything at all to the stock. 350,000 into 69 million, it will be a pass. NVIDIA with a buy, but going down. Walmart with a bid and going higher. So that
Cisco's a sell.
Yeah, is there anything else that's catching your eye? MSTR, again.
This is the thing, like ETH and IBIT are
that's
both.
pretty disappointing.
They're both million buys.
That's
and
not
not
right.
And it's not moving. That's
Is that right?
Really
191 million?
That is absolutely correct.
These are
Well, my bad for
disappointing.
hyping up these imbalances.
Well, no, I was doing the same thing too, but
You know.
even the crypto ones, remember? See, there are
feel
1
like
million
Tom Lee over here.
imbalances, and they're
It's
just
gotten
not even
smaller
going
now.
anywhere, man.
It's 163
that
million to
sucks.
buy now.
That sucks. I don't know.
Feeling like Tom Lee here. Over promising, under delivering.
No, I was really expecting with the options OPEX that you would have a little bit more
What are we
action
gonna do?
into the close, but you don't. QBT,
I just
maybe
got out some
maybe a
Moderna there
quant
before it
thing.
actually breaks me out. So we just got some 145.80s there on Moderna. It's whatever, man. It's $5 in. We might as well capture. We only have, like I said, less. Now we have 12% left. Just getting out of small pieces every single time there on Moderna.
Oh, still on me. I just noticed.
QUBT, it doesn't really matter. Moderna, I'm just
Nah,
saying, it's going to break right now, which will leave us with very, very small amount left because we just got out. So I will only have less than 5% left if it does break through 145, which it looks like it's going to do, and that will be the end of this trade virtually. We'll give it, just in case it's a fake, let's hold on to a little bit. So if it does run back upside, we're there. You know, we got faked out on SpaceX, our last trade right there, and we bought it back, which like if I didn't buy that back, I don't know. I don't know what I'd be doing. I'd be sending myself to Mars. But that was a good move there, back to the upside. So we make a little bit on that one. And there it goes. The Moderna break is in. But that's okay, man. It was awesome move back to the upside there on MRNA. And I think the key for me is just, and we'll address that. Neil was looking at that earlier, Iren. But the key for me there was it actually built a base. And then when it finally basically took that 25 period moving average, that's when we kind of went with it, and it finally went. Now, it was taking it all here, but I didn't really have that idea until it broke through, so we're glad we looked at it, and there goes Moderna. We just got to look for more of these, that's all.
Yeah, and to see Jason Do says IBIT shorts will hold to the very end. I'm half with you in that on Monday, I'm going to be less interested in IBIT, and I think we'll stick with ETH until as long as it just plays better during the day. It's been playing better for the long side, and it's a little too much sideways action for IBIT where you're actually getting moves in ETH. And for Rafi, we did look at IREN, and so there was a few things happening at the open. So because it was the third Friday, there were some really funky, like bigger imbalances. I didn't get a chance to see IREN. We saw a bunch of other names that had huge imbalances after 9:25. Some of them flipped. So it's entirely possible that you just had maybe some crazy buy imbalance that artificially shot the stock up, and then it just had a huge drop, like right away. Because this candle, like this isn't the first candle's not the opening candle. The opening candle is the secondary candle. Like this is actually the open candle, the second move from 44 to 46, and then it instantly drops off. So it seems to me that that's probably related to the OPEX and some kind of an imbalance, right? And someone executed at the open, probably trapped some people off guard that chased it. And you got a flush zone. They're cheese in a chair. So earlier, Adara, thank you for the super chats, everybody. Adara talked about top officials resigning from Fannie Mae. and your spidey senses tell you that it's a protest resignation that maybe is tied to last year's talk of taking it public. Maybe.
Fannie Mae?
Maybe. I do remember
not
there
really
was
doing
an
it today.
FNNA. Did it move today?
It was near the end of the. I don't think it had too much of a move. It was near the end of the midday. Basically, roughly 10 officials or top-ranking officials at Fannie Mae, according to a Wall Street Journal article, have resigned, according to sources that were not named. But yeah, I don't know like what positions they had. I only know they were top officials.
Yeah, okay. It doesn't look like it really moved. Fannie and Freddie haven't been moving at all lately. So yeah, probably nothing burger, unfortunately for those there. But when they get going, they can be a little bit interesting. And obviously, at some point, it'd be pretty cool if they did get bought. For those that have been waiting in it, Bill.
Yeah, that's a good one for Bill Ackman. And President Trump also mentioning a lot about Fannie and Freddie.
He has many times.
So we'll just wait to see if that's another way to get some more money back into the government as that approaches $40 trillion of debt. Right now, the U.S. government doing not the greatest job of managing that, but it is what it is. You got to spend money to apparently make money. All right, there's 355, so the flip must have just happened. We were just getting out at the top there, and we said like if we could be lucky enough to get something out at the high of the day for SpaceX, we would do that, and that's exactly what just happened. So, good couple outs there on SPCX as the day comes to a end. And this is why we try to hold on to a little bit of Moderna, because we did get stopped out there at that 45 break. But we'll hold on to a little piece more, and now we'll be able to get some out. There we go. We punched them out there at 20s. So, oops, let me show you. So there it was. There's the break at 145. We held on a little piece because just in case it was a fake, and that wasn't necessarily a fake. Went all the way down to 143.50. So that was a great out. And then we hold. You get a little bit more out right there on Moderna. So yeah, this is looking just like a really sweet stock, and we'll trade it tomorrow, which would be Monday again. And we wrote down 140 on Moderna earlier. So there it is. There's another donation.
There we go,
coming
Matt.
from Matt.
Appreciate you.
Thank you to that one
Just
as
keep
well.
them coming
SpaceX.
in. You know it's a good cause, and this is not to ever tell anybody not to send in super chats. But remember, if you send in a super chat, even if we were to redirect it to the charity, YouTube takes their piece, right? They take their 30%. Steven Springer, are you related to George? Can you get him to hit a few bombs to help us get to the playoffs?
Can you get George to donate $1 million? I mean, the guy's basically robbed us.
He's rich.
How much does he get paid this year?
Okay, well,
He owes us back $29 million.
Springer hit that bomb.
Which one?
Which one?
Last
The
year.
one that got us to the World Series.
Oh, yeah, no. I'm not saying about last year. I'm saying this year's salary.
You could feel the stadium shake when he hit that thing.
Yeah,
I've never experienced it where it actually felt like there was an earthquake. That it was complete insanity.
Yeah,
we're not getting. Hopefully, we get some of that this year. But more importantly,
I think
thanks
the
for the
Blue Jays can
donation.
make the playoffs, man.
I think we could. It's just
When we were talking about it before, it was like 800 to 8-1, and now they're basically flat, right? It's like pretty much right there. The odds are still against them.
It's a coin flip.
There's so many teams that are there.
well, and Trey's hurt. That's the other thing.
And I'm going to make a lot of money off my bet with Joe because Gavin McKenna is going to score way over whatever our bet was, 17 and
What's
a half
the bet?
goals. No, it's 17 and a half. Come on, my guy. This guy already knows he's cooked. So now he's adding a goal.
What? That's it?
17 and a half, yeah.
Is that the actual? If I
Well,
want to couch
Bedard's
you right,
rookie year, I don't know. I didn't look it up. We threw this out. But Bedard's rookie year was 22, and I think Celebrini's was 25. So it's 17 and a half is not an unbelievable number. I mean, I think there's good possibilities. Yeah, I got you. Don't worry about it. Same as Bedard and all those guys, right? I mean, this guy went to play in Penn State, Gavin McKenna.
okay.
Your mic's not working.
The line is 20 to 22 and a half is fair.
Oh, 20
So you have it at 17.
and a half.
Yeah, like it's the
it means-
actual
means
line's
18.
over 20, and you have it at 18.
yeah.
So you got yourself a good price.
The thing about betting, I think, futures is always you take the risk of injuries
Yeah.
all the time, right? So like the guy misses 10 games, that number will.
I like my bet with Joe.
Collapse.
Joe has the Los Angeles
the
Dodgers
Dodgers.
for the World Series, and I have everybody else in MLB. I will take that. I'm like, I don't care how good any team is in any sport.
That was before Scooble, though, too.
If you can ever take the field, I don't even care. Like, if I can ever take the field at the beginning of the season against
get out of it
one
right
team, that is a bet you don't even think about it. You take that bet every single time. I don't care who the team is. I don't care the sport. It's always worth it. Always worth it.
Joey Betts over there. Joey Betts. We went. The last bet we had, I think I won, but he's been winning bets.
I've never
against me
bet
all
him
the
before.
time.
This is my first.
Oh, that's right. It was Vegas which wound up losing the
Stanley Cup.
Yeah, something about Coupe de Stan Lee. All right, so we just got out, not Stan Lee. You know, what's up? Shout out to Stan Lee. Stan Lee passed away, didn't he?
Yeah.
So, obviously a man that's left his mark, that's for sure. But there it goes, man, 140. We just got out at 145, whatever. We are now 45 seconds away from the closing bell. So be good to exit out of everything right now. There's SpaceX. Like, to hold on for like the last second move at this point, you're really flipping a coin. We have no idea where it's going to go. So we'll take out SpaceX here at, if I can get some out at 37, that'll be the end. All right, let's just move it to 99. There it is. So we got 99 problems, and that's the flat. So we are now out at 136.99 on a good little run up at the end of the day right there. New camera alert, apparently, right now. Must be right
Look at that.
as we get ready to rock and roll. We are going to have a new format Monday morning. So get ready for that one. New format coming 8 a.m. Monday morning. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. 4 o'clock. NASDAQ goes out up 0.29. I mean, it didn't do a whole heck of a lot in the afternoon. It just did enough to run VWAP on me that one time. But right back in. Oh, what a surprise. The market closes at the volume weighted average price, which basically it hung around since 11 o'clock. So market pretty flat there in the end of the day, but we're still up that 0.3. So hard to complain about that one. Puts us on still at a negative week, I would believe, for the NASDAQ. I haven't checked the daily on it. There is apparently news immediately after
dropping.
hours. What's up, Adara?
Google just dropped here as we get reports that a former Google executive by the name of Amir Salek is now joining the compute team of Anthropic. So we know we had some AI exile for Google going back a couple weeks now. Now, another ex-Google executive here, Amir Salek, to join Anthropic's compute team. Now, when it says ex-Google executive, it's unclear if he stopped working for Google a while prior to this announcement. As we get more details, we'll keep you posted, but this could be a story to keep an eye out on Monday. Back to you.
I mean, is it... Google didn't even really move on that. I mean, because the reason I'm saying that is like the market basically bled a little bit there at the end, and as did Google. I mean, I'm sure we could probably have a quick
It went
look.
like
I mean,
70,
the algos probably hit that.
70, 80 cents.
Yeah, probably the false move was right there, probably 340, 344. Yeah. So we'll see. Remember, Google, the largest public name to hold Anthropic shares. So if this benefits Anthropic, Google's there, so they'll be fine.
They're already winning.
The big thing is to try to figure out the next big thing we should have is what is Anthropic's symbol going to be? We could have CLDE. Someone said Claude. It could be something.
Somebody
like that.
had a guess that was.
Yeah, I thought it was ANTH was already taken. I believe.
Yeah, it was ANT.
ANTP, was that the one that people thought? I think ANTP could be a good. Yeah, see, an e-signal invalid symbol. So that could be it.
That's ANTH,
ANTH. See, ANTH is there's already
something there, so you can't do ANTH.
So unless they're buying out that.
And Claude doesn't really work
this is
because
the
how
symbol
would
that
you
I think
spell
gets bought out. Look, how come there's no X anymore?
I'm actually surprised. Like, I half thought
Tesla,
that
SpaceX merger.
SpaceX wouldn't have been SpaceX, and he would have just gone with X right away. Because Elon wants to have the X. Like he wants X, the everything company, the everything app. Yeah. That's always been his deal. So, but the merger makes the most sense. When they finally merge them, he just calls it X.
It's like when you buy, obviously you can't do it, but like when you buy those domains and then you sell the domain, like if you could buy a symbol, like how much would symbol X be worth? Like $1 billion, honestly, right now, because I'm pretty sure they already have that pegged.
Oh, for sure.
That is for
there's probably some inside dealing. The second that U.S. Steel the deal was done, I bet you he was like, look, you're not giving it to anybody because
we actually have
another thank you. Let's go. Good.
Yeah. Thank you. Orel Bitsy.
68.
Yeah. And I'm glad we got Fabian on the screen there. We can go to a four. I hope he doesn't have his mic.
4,700.
It doesn't matter. Don't worry.
We're at 4,700 now.
Wow, good job. Yeah, so
those two wigs are a lock now, pretty much a lock.
There is a YouTube short or something about me talking about that symbol X a while ago, but I do think that is something that winds up happening.
Oh, it's a
I think
lot.
It makes the most sense.
It's always been true.
So that's a lot of fun. But
You
okay.
can find interviews of Elon from years and years
Yeah.
ago saying this was always his plan. Always. It's like this is decades ago.
Yeah, X used to be United Steel, bought by Nippon,
Yeah.
I believe, there as well. All right, Fabian, man, thumbs up. Great job this week. We hope to get another big week next week as we look to top that 5,000 and try to get to that 10. Because as Fabian mentioned there, it's about 2,500 a wig. So that's kind of why we had thought, or Fabian thought, Fabian put the whole thing together. So we want to thank him for that. And it was trying to get 4 wigs, which would be 10 grand. So if we can figure that out, we'll find a whale over the weekend and see if we can get a big donation coming.
We can find a couple.
So
We'll
yeah,
find
man,
some.
maybe there'll be some matching happening at some.
You'll see some. I'm sure some things will happen at the end of the week.
If they have a heart.
There might be a drop at some point that happens there. Maybe we can contribute something from the old kitty around here. So thank you, Fabian. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And, everybody, hope you guys all have a great weekend. I'll be seeing Neil tomorrow as we'll be at our draft. And you're getting a ride in with somebody. So, you'll be able to down those wings. And although
I'm gonna have a few because I don't have to race anymore. So now I don't even care. I'm gonna have a few.
The race was gonna be so exciting. You see, I already donated my hair.
I was out to the track. I was doing 150s. I was gonna destroy this dude, and now he's not even showing up for the race. That's ridiculous.
There's a word for that, but we'll save it for Monday. Okay, everybody. Thanks. Obi's over here. Joe's over here as well. We want to thank One today.
There it is.
Because now he's got the One mic, and that's all fixed up. We want to thank Andre. I mean, we just want to thank Brennan because he's the executive producer, but he's not here anymore. So, that's the thing. When you work in the back,
No, Obi was always dropping the flex. That's my man. Get it, Obi.
What's up, Obi, right there. You have to make up for Sharif, so right there. And we have, thank you to Adara. Sia I think is gone as well. Tiffany, shout out there. Fabian, I think we got everybody.
I think we did.
Yeah, and most importantly, everybody out there.
Shout out to Michael this morning.
Michael Noss and everybody that donated, and especially everybody that spent their time with us on a Friday. So 8 o'clock, man, I told you it's a different format.
We're switching it up.
It's happening. I don't know, Joe. I don't know what's going on over there. Oh, Ramin. Oh, man. Is Ramin in the chat? What's up to Ramin?
Hey, hi, Ramin.
Yeah, what's up, Ramin? Ramin now taking off every Monday and Friday as she, working from home. Just won't be here. Like when I look over there, I didn't see her. So shout out to Ramin. I hope you're doing well, obviously.
Best reason ever.
Doing well. So
get your rest.
I told her the other day, I was like, oh, did you drive today? And because our parking spots are right beside each other. And she's like, hell yeah, I ain't walking anywhere anymore. So, she ain't taking the subway anymore. So
exactly.
We'll see you, Ramin, on Tuesday, I guess. And we'll see everybody else on Monday. Ciao for now.
Peace.